Huh?
I probably. What's going on? How y'all doing?
What's up? What's up? We're gonna wait a little bit. It's early in the morning, so I want to make sure that people are here. Hold on. Y'all hear us? It don't look like the freaking bar is moving.
Nah, it looks like it's picking up something.
Yeah, that's picking up something. That's not.
Oh, yeah, it's the beat.
I swear to God, if it's because I hit the mute button. Bro, is it because I hit the mute button?
Shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I think it is. The heck? All right.
Do you got turned on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the phantom power's on and everything. Should be good. Okay. Tell us if you can hear us, because we can't tell.
We don't have no. We ain't got no headphones or nothing on right at the moment.
So the little bar ain't moving, and that's annoying. Okay. That's a tad bit That's a tad bit aggravating. Let me see. Speaking of such, whoever is viewing, who are you? Let us know who you are. Say what's up. Tell us if we sound like crap. We appreciate it.
Facts.
Yo, what's going on? Okay. Let's see if there's a way to edit this stuff. Okay, details. I'm just adding stuff.
Power.
Let's see. It's letting me get to everything but the one thing that I need, which is tweaking the freaking sound, which is annoying. Hold on.
What's that?
Well, because it's not showing the input for that, which is really bad. Hold on.
It's not showing that as an input device?
No, it should have. It was shown that as the default, which is interesting. So that means that it should be working for all intents and purposes.
Switch it in the Windows settings to
because I know I definitely did that. No, that's it. It's the input device. I know I set that at that. Okay, so
chickens. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, I don't know why I was doing that. Be stupid, being difficult. So freaking weird.
That's why it's two of us, bro.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we got one viewer so far, so I'm wondering what's going on. You see. Yeah, that's the default communications device. I don't know why this is not being put on there. That's not it. No, deselect. Can you not deselect? Don't use this device. All right. Use this device. It should be set as the default. All right. You know what it might be? You know what it might be? It may not just may not be that loud. Let's see. There we go.
Getting audio set up, y'all. Properly.
Here. Trying to make sure everything sounds right, because normally you see the little green bars down here, and that concerns me. Let me see. I'm mad that's the only thing it doesn't let me fix. Let's see. Hello. Okay, so it's I can't visually see it. Do something real quick for me. Open up your phone and click. I'm gonna send you the link and see if you can see it.
Just making sure this audio quality is good.
Yep.
I got the link right here.
Bad. All right. Yeah, go ahead and unmute that, bro. See if anything's coming out. You gotta turn it up.
I think I'm doing this. Yeah.
Let me see. You hear anything?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, shoot. All right. Cool.
You're coming through.
Okay.
I just can't discern if what I'm hearing is that. It shouldn't be the camera. So,
no, it shouldn't be the camera.
But yeah, I hear us.
Okay.
How do we sound? People in the chat, how do we sound?
Yeah, for real. We need to know. We do prioritize stuff like that. I know it's early. I know we hear early. And early ain't always great for all of us. But as soon as we get enough people on, we're going to let y'all know why.
Yes.
Inform you of some new developments.
And a conversation we want to have with y'all.
Yeah, we have a nice little conversation.
We don't keep y'all too much because, it's the middle of the morning.
Yep.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you for the two of y'all that are in here. Please like the video.
For real, we appreciate you.
That helps get it to more eyes.
And also share.
Yep. Share it with people that you know, especially if they ain't at work right now. If you off on a Thursday, come hang.
Yep.
Come spectate.
Come hang out. We love y'all.
Hope y'all are having a good week.
For real. Definitely. We hope that you are enjoying your day and having fun.
The quality seems a tad bit lower, audio or video. This isn't our normal setup. We at my crib. Anytime y'all see this setup, that's where we at. Also, I don't have my normal camera that we normally use for these videos and streams.
Yep.
That's okay though. It should still be 720 at least.
Yeah.
So
because brother man over here is going on vacation. Going on a young vacay.
Yep.
So as a result of that,
today's the day.
So as a result of that, we won't be having like a proper episode today, but we will go ahead and have the live stream and pretty much just open up the floor for any topics I want to talk on, speak on, or anything of that nature.
Yep.
Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Should be fun. Let's see. We get some more people in the chat. I'm trying to see what's up.
Probably gonna do like I'm thinking of like a song of the week or recommended listens too.
Yeah.
Gonna start giving y'all some tunes and stuff to listen to as well. Some art to consume.
Right.
Not just music, but primarily music.
Speaking of such, got a homie of mine. This guy goes by Cedric. He just put out a tape actually. Let me see.
Is that his name as an artist?
Yeah. Okay. This is actually one of his cuts. See?
We'll also try to put a link in the description to any music or any resources that we share with you guys. Right. We always try our best to do that.
I ain't trying to get sued, so I don't want to put too much up here. But yeah, it's called Forever Dreaming 2. So,
I like this beat.
Right? He's not bad, man. He's dope. I want to try and get him on for the summer series, so you might see him on the summer series. We're going to see about that.
Okay.
He a cool dude. That's the dude who was on Slap Music Part 2 with me. Yeah. He fresh. Yeah. He's solid. But yeah. With that being said, if y'all have anything that y'all do want to share with us or you want to promote, whether it's business or a certain service or something of that nature, go ahead and let us know. We'll drop the links and everything and drop it down in the comments, all that, We'll try and get you a little something, some type of press, some type of promotion. Because, I mean, we all about black empowerment. That means black businesses as well.
Yes, definitely. We do ads on the Black and Minute podcast,
Yes,
and independently if you want it on the radio or something, we can work with you. We can work with you. Hope y'all having a good day. We got some great things to tell y'all, to share with y'all. This won't be too long of a live stream.
No.
We're gonna talk about a little bit of conversations we've had in the Black in a Minute Facebook group. Right. If you're not in that group, please go ahead and join it. It is a private group,
yes, sir.
So you can search it, but the posts and things like that are not searchable. We wanted to make it a very tight-knit community for the people who really do care about Black in a Minute.
Right.
As well as we didn't want it to be as chaotic as some of these more open groups tend to be.
Yeah, because sometimes they do get a little weird.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. Let me see. I want to see if maybe we can link that real quick. Actually, because I know it's on Apple Music. I know it's on Spotify as well. I actually might just link his whole page. Yeah, I'll link something.
Is that him?
Yeah. Drop that on here.
Hey, so we got 2 people in here. Can y'all give us some likes, please? Appreciate it.
For real, we appreciate it. We definitely do. See, the comment thing's being weird. There we go. Oh, it's Keontae. My bad, bro. I had the thing set weird, so I couldn't see you. Because Facebook be on that foo-foo-ish. And he said, yeah, we sound fine. Good.
Thanks, bro.
We appreciate you, bro.
We got 3 people in here. Shout out to those of y'all who are checking out the stream right now. We know it's the middle of the day on a weekday. Usually people are at work. So we appreciate those of y'all who are on here because it means that you're probably at work or you just happen to be free at this moment.
Right.
We respect that you are giving that time to us.
Absolutely.
If you guys are interested in any of the music or the beats, we'll be linking that. Primarily what's being supplied to your ears right now is from this man right here. So definitely, if you're interested in anything that you hear, let us know in the comments. Nero will get it together for you.
Yes. We out here. Cause I sell beats. They're usually not very expensive. Like, really, if you talk to me, we can get something set up. You know what I mean? We conversate. Hey, what's up, bro? Javar said, so I'm trying to decide if I should strangle you for not telling me where you got that shirt, Charles Turpin.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to refrain from using profanity like that in my comment section. Okay?
This man woke up.
We will talk about that off chat. Look.
That man woke up and chose violence.
This is that Madison ish.
Bro, he was so ready. I'm dead.
Don't get it twisted on. He only talk that crazy because he like my brother.
Mm-hmm. Bro.
Hey. Hey. I had to look. I'm a professional.
Y'all niggas is everywhere.
I got it. I think I got it from Walmart. I think.
I feel like I've seen that joint in Walmart. I feel like it. Don't quote me, but I feel like I've seen that joint in Walmart. Like I can't even front.
But yeah. Shoot, I want one. I need something with Vegeta on it, primarily.
Yeah, most dead.
But yeah,
but we need that. Speaking of such, if you've been catching up with the freaking manga, bruh, Vegeta about to go off, boy.
He better.
He about to go off.
He better.
I love how somebody drew that parallel. They drew the parallel between what he was doing and they drew the parallel between how he was acting towards Granola, that's the dude, and how Beerus acted towards him when he was training him. Because it's the same pose. When he was like, "Yeah, I'm the one to kill your people, bro. What you gonna do about it?" I was like, "Dang, okay."
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
He about to get wrecked again. We gonna see. Cause you know what? I have a feeling that the fight gonna get interrupted.
Look. Hey. We do not appreciate Vegeta slander on this channel.
Javar is he's a Goku fan.
He's a Goku fan.
So he
So you on that?
He on that.
So you on that?
He on that.
All right, that's cool.
He on that.
Y'all ain't special. I mean, look, I give Goku his flowers.
This is what Goku fans do.
Look, I give Goku his flowers when he deserves them and when he earned them. All right. I
rock with Goku as well. He's
when
not
he
my
deserved
favorite.
him and he earned them. But Goku be doing goofy stuff that be making me mad. He be doing goofiest to be making me mad, and I can't have that. Like, I'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt. If you do something goofy, I'm coming for your head.
Speaking of that, I think that's why people like the fusions so much. Because it pretty much gives you what you like in Vegeta. Because I don't know too many like Dragon Ball fans that actually hate Vegeta.
Yeah.
And I don't know too many Dragon Ball fans that hate Goku.
Ain't no real Dragon Ball fans that really hate Vegeta.
I don't think it's any real. I feel like if you're a real Dragon Ball fan, you don't hate either one of them.
No, you appreciate each one.
You might like one more than the other, but I don't think you hate them.
Right.
I mean, I have heard people mainly on the internet who hate one or the other for most of the time stupid reasons.
Right.
But I think that's why a lot of people like the fusions. Because you get what you like in both of them. Fusions for the most part.
That's true. You get a balance.
Because I'm going to tell y'all. What's up, man? What's going on, Bad Guy Maddox?
Hey, man, we ain't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you, bro.
We doing a midday stream, man.
Yeah. This man going on vacation.
Yeah.
He about to have his hot boy summer.
Hey, ain't nobody seen that. Don't not be saying that. Hey, look, it's police. It's informants.
Oh, this water show is good.
When you come back from the vacay, man, I'm coming back the 5th. I'm gonna have plenty of time to catch up on some content. So I'm trying to get into some more anime, that kind of stuff, because plenty of stuff I haven't been watching, man.
True.
Plenty of movies I haven't seen. What else?
When I finally sit down, I'm gonna watch Loki.
Oh man,
Twin been watching ahead of me, so ain't no love out here.
General Manager Maddox, the Twitch master.
Hey. Oh, but hold on. Javar said, I think either Fusion or Broly will defeat Granola. Hey, look. Oh, bro, Demon Slayer is fire. I'm waiting on season 2. I need to watch Mugen Train, though. I do need to watch that. But I'm waiting on freaking season 2. I'm trying to avoid reading the manga because that's usually what happens when I get too bored. I will be like, well, let me see what the manga's about.
I wanted to
because I did that with My Hero and now I'm stuck.
I wanted to start Jujutsu Kaisen, and
yeah. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever.
I still haven't started Yusuke.
You mean Yasuke?
Yeah, Yasuke. I want to call him Yusuke because I think
I was about to say niggas is gonna be looking at you like you ain't never seen Yu Yu Hakusho. You was about to get canceled.
I thought it was pronounced the same way, but it might not be spelled the same way.
It's not today. At least if you go on Shonen Jump's website,
You didn't think so?
My Hero Academia usually comes out every Sunday. They usually come out every Sunday, and it's getting good, bro. It's get look to quote Comics Explain. It's amazing.
The only manga I'm following right now is what they're doing with Dragon Ball Super.
I'm following Super and My Hero, right? Well, I'm also following JoJolion, which is harder to find, but yeah, because it comes out on basically the same day as Super. It comes out the same time every month as Super. So I be checking that too, but it's harder to find. But JoJolion's just getting weird, but that's just because Araki be in his bag, but he just don't care no more, so he just be going all out with stuff.
Man,
because technically JoJolion is like an alternate universe. Like when you like basically the first 6 parts of JoJo all exist in the same universe. Part 7 and Part 8 are a separate universe.
For those of y'all who don't know,
it.
this is the JoJo stand right here.
I'm not a JoJo stand. I just appreciate it, and when
it's okay for him.
Look, when I start reading,
himself a stand. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Look, when I start reading stuff, I go deep into it. I deep dive. So I'm like, because I hate getting caught slipping on the freaking internet and people revealing spoilers and stuff, because that's the reason why I'm about to start watching Loki, because of the simple fact that now every time in my related videos it pops up Comics explaining things about freaking Loki, and I haven't watched the episodes. It's making me mad.
See, man,
it's hurting my feelings. Also, what else hurts my feelings? Cool segue is the fact that we got 5 people and 2 likes. Let's fix that.
Yo, yeah, help us out with the likes, please. Share this, y'all. We just having a kickback discussion today, so it ain't gonna be nothing too crazy.
No.
We're gonna dive into a conversation that was actually started by Deontay Nelson in our Black in a Minute podcast.
I think he should be in here. Hey, bro, if you're tuning in, drop a like or drop a comment, bro. Let folks know you here. Yet another local podcaster who brings a lot of
the Sabali podcast.
Brings a lot of things to the table. I'm glad I was able to catch up on you.
I gotta get my podcast downloaded.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the one for him?
For the trip and everything.
Oh yeah,
so I have some stuff to listen to. Yeah, y'all, man. I'm going vacation. I'm flying out today to Las Vegas. I'm also gonna be in Chicago too, and I'm about to come back to Pokemon because I got my Switch.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to dive back into some Pokemon. I thought about being competitive at one point, but I was like, I ain't about that life.
Right.
I thought about it.
You know what, man? See, once I get back to working probably later in July, I'm gonna try and get my hands on the Switch.
Speaking of podcasts, the Jeff Jarrett podcast, no joke, the best. Bro, I didn't know he started one.
Jeff Jarrett started a podcast? I haven't heard that name. I haven't heard that name in years. Now, part of that is because I have not been heavy on wrestling in years. I'm surprised to hear Jeff Jarrett's name, bro. That's kind of cool.
Bro, it's better than Cornette shit. It's better than Bruce Pritchard, something to wrestle with. And Ready to Lose in Pokemon.
Says, call my world with Conrad. Dude, it's incredible. Okay.
Ready to Lose in Pokemon, you mean? No, sir, I am not. You know what? Truth be told, I think you already beat the main game. Do you have any of the? Did you get any of the DLCs for Pokemon?
Something to Wrestle has kind of died off, in my opinion.
You know what, bro? I think with Something to Wrestle, a lot of it is just like some of these podcasts become a lot of viralness with just the short clips. I'm starting to notice that, like, a lot of people are starting to hone in on like the TikTok short attention span side of content creation.
Yeah.
So everybody's doing shorts, and that's what's getting all the plays and stuff, the short-ish.
Bro.
But then like the actual long discussions, only the day ones are sticking around for.
Right. Thanks,
Peace, my
Evan,
brothers.
later.
Just had to tap in back to get back to work.
Hey,
thank you, appreciate it. If you can leave a like, we would definitely love that.
Actually, I think that's Deontay.
I know a lot of people are just popping in.
That's Deontay. What's up, dog? I have to remember that. The thanks, Evan, later one. Yeah.
Can you change the zoom in on the browser?
Yeah.
Make it like 110 or something. So we can make there we go. Okay. Well, he's back in WWE full time. Pritchard is their head producer, so he's playing. Oh,
hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to
There's
make
nothing
sure.
wrong. Fans don't understand. Okay, he's back on the politics.
I'm making sure we catch up with everything, but okay, I'm a few chapters away from finishing the manga. Yeah, see, so you did that with Demon Slayer. I've been hearing that Yasuke is not very good. I have been hearing that. Like,
okay, cool, bro. Yeah.
Vince does nothing wrong. Fans don't understand, etc. Man, they've been, bro. See, this tells you how long I've been out of wrestling, but how much I know is that they every time that they try to even remotely try to demonize Vince, they find some way to bring him back. Like, but that's what happens when you own the company. So I mean,
it's tough because with that, bro, it's just like. I have this opinion. I haven't had it for years, and it's a very simple opinion, but I don't really hear enough people say this. Yeah. And I really think that a decent amount to the loss of viewers and people just consuming what is WWE, a lot more of it can be attributed to Vince McMahon solely than just changing of the times. Like, if I'm making sense, like, Vince been out of touch for a while.
Yeah. He was already kind of showing that he was a bit out of touch in the early 2000s. So.
Right. And I think that's a part of, like, what made people just like,
Yeah.
Get bra and panties matches back.
Instant ratings boost. Wait, they got rid of him?
You know damn well.
They got rid of him?
In today's culture, council culture, toxic masculinity, man, none of that is going.
I mean, unless it's a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And if it's basically a get with it or get lost
hold on.
mentality these days.
Hold up. I do have to ask. No judgments. They got rid of those?
Bro, they got rid of, man, no mud, none of that. The women of today are more accredited. I won't say respected because I still feel that's a reach. They're more accredited for their wrestling and wrestling ability in this day and age.
I mean, and that's what's up.
Yeah, WWE is
look.
pretty much PG now.
Oh.
So
it was PG before.
I mean, it was, but it wasn't at the same time. Like, now it's like PC PG. Yeah. It's become like more PC PG.
But we can still have niggas out there with bootios.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. It became an actual cereal, bro. It was a special edition cereal, but it became a real thing.
That's the terrible part. I know it did. Because I swear to God, I think I saw it in Walmart.
The crazier thing, bro, is that bootios, until proven otherwise, is trademarked by them. I'm sure they trademarked
I mean, hey, that's cool, but
even though we know, like, even in black culture, though, we know the concept of what is bootios.
Right.
That's nothing new.
No.
That just goes to show you how certain things within black culture transcend regular, pop culture and time.
But you know what? The one thing I did appreciate was that, them boys was out there in Saiyan armor just running around beating folk up. I'm like, thank you.
Women's wrestling is on the right now too.
On fire right now too.
Utami in Japan just legitimately had the best wrestling match of the year, in my opinion.
Hey, you know what? Here's the interesting thing. With women's wrestling, and I've always kind of felt this in some way, because it's the same thing as women in music, is that if we're being perfectly honest, women naturally go harder in sport, in co-ed sports, in co-ed places. You know what I mean? Because, dude, some of the most brutal fights I saw, and maybe not the bloodiest ones, but from a technical standpoint that I used to watch back in the day, was between women competitors.
Bruh, Have you watched?
Bro, Lita used to beat the snot out of people, and then they nerfed her.
You need to get with you need to get in some UFC, bro. I'm telling you. You need to check out some UFC.
I've seen some clips. Yo. There were
Honestly,
some girls in there that was giving folk work. I was like, oh my God.
I think my first, I looked it up too. I can't remember which UFC it was, but it was around my 16th birthday. The first time I really ingested some UFC content, because I was supposed to get the Hell in a Cell, I think, that year, and instead I ended up getting one of the UFC events because it was going on at the same time. Right. And that was like my first introduction to UFC. Yeah. And throughout the years, like now, today I watch it a lot more than what I used to. Yeah. And even today I don't watch it that much. Mm-hmm. But like I have an appreciation for it that like.
Let me shrink this down just to finish so I can see.
It's unparalleled. Can you?
Yes. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect. But yeah, man. Fantastic cereal too. Yeah, bruh.
I tell y'all what though, when we talk about wrestling, I actually saw this post yesterday since you brought up Lita.
Yeah.
Somebody made a post, and I'm sure we got a couple wrestling fans in the chat. Right. Javar and Maddox are definitely two wrestling friends, two of my wrestling buddies specifically.
Right.
What y'all think about this?
Y'all forgive me, I've been off for a minute.
A lot of people said, somebody, I saw a post somewhere, and I'm paraphrasing, but the post said, everybody talks about Austin and Rock as being like the male feud of the Attitude Era, the defining feud that people talk
Steve
about.
Austin versus Rock?
Yeah, as the greatest feud.
Okay.
But they said, in their opinion, that Lita versus Trish was the greatest women's feud, respectively, at that time.
I could see that. Was that around when Lita was messing with Edge?
It was, yes. It was then and kind of before then.
Okay. The one before then was better. Even though the tension was greater in the second one, they nerfed Lita so bad by having her tied up with Edge that it got annoying. Like, it really got annoying. Well, it was kind of the only women's feud because low-key, what a lot of the ladies would do, they pick one that they ain't like, and they gang up on them.
That, and a lot of it was, truthfully told, a lot of what we had prior to was just primarily bra and panties and mud wrestling and managers and shit. But they main evented Raw and
good match. Lita damn near killed herself. Yes, dude. Hey, because Lita was brutal. If you put her in the right situation with the right type of writing, she was cold, bro. She was one of my favorites. But like the funniest thing they used to do. I'm gonna be honest, even as a kid, I hated the bra and panty stuff.
I didn't hate it, but like I wasn't that sexualized as a young boy. So like I didn't like.
Yes, Lita the female Jeff Hardy. Oh God, bro,
it was silly.
Look, it was silly.
It was silly. I didn't.
The only time, let's say it like this: the only time I really appreciated the bra and panty matches for what it was when there was one girl in there that I wanted to get bodied because she was talking way too much smack, and they like jumped her, and I was just like. I appreciate you. Get her, bro.
Man.
I had no idea what I had. Yeah.
Somewhere. I think it's at my uncle's house in Chicago. I might look for it. Yeah. Somewhere I got it taped when Brock Lesnar and the Big Show fought and broke the goddamn ring that year. Somewhere I have that on VHS.
Bro.
All Japan women's matches. We're talking matches from 95 to 96. And dude, they were having better matches than the guys were at that time. Bro. So seeing that, and then seeing the bra and panties match, schoolgirl shit. No thanks.
I can see that. That raised the bar too high. I feel that. Because I mean, like to a big extent, man. But you notice that the thing that used to crack me up was there was always, hey, look, Javar, you just nasty. But right. I mean, yeah, Trish Stratus was cute, but Trish Stratus was the one who was a fair balance of cute and tough. The thing that used to crack me up, low key, especially now that I think about it, was that Stacy Keibler was like everybody's friend. Like she was old. She was that one person that was somebody's cousin, and that's why she got invited. because Stacy Keibler could not freaking fight, dog.
No, she could not.
She could not fight, but at the same time, if anybody tried to throw hands with Stacy, you had like 3 other girls who would come out and beat the snot out of you.
My girl was Tori Wilson.
Tori Wilson was dope.
Tori Wilson was my girl.
Tori Wilson was dope. Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson, Lita.
I like China too. I like China.
China
too.
was cold.
Just
China,
because.
that's because China was a tank, bro.
I like Jazz.
Jazz.
You
was
remember
good.
Jazz?
Yeah.
I like Jazz.
Jacqueline was good too.
Oh yeah. Yes.
She didn't get as much shine as she should have, but she was cold.
I liked Victoria.
Yes. Victoria was cold.
I wasn't that big of a fan of Mickie James.
She was all right. Okay, let's put it this way. Mickie James as a character was a little crazy. But as a fighter, she was brutal.
I know people might not agree with this, but I kind of didn't like AJ Lee because I felt like AJ Lee in ways was a bogus Mickie James.
Tori helped a lot of us through our puberty. Javar, get out. get out. Just
Man, I wasn't.
You gonna get us demonetized before we get monetized. A little nasty. Anyway, but no. One thing about Mickie James though was that she was crazy, but she could back up her crazy because she was beating the snot out of everybody at that point. Like it took Trish and a couple others to hold her down just to fight her. Because remember she was following Trish around all the time. She got mad and kicked her in the face. I was like, yo.
They were definitely different types of crazy. Yeah. But I guess for me, I was kind of like I'm the cute, but I'm kind of crazy chick.
Well, Mickie James was like old girl who y'all woke me up except this early morning nonsense. I guess that's fair. But Mickie James reminded me of old girl who was I hate to bring this up, but you remember Selena, old girl who was her fan club manager.
Oh,
Mickie James was that kind of crazy.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to Selena, but she was that kind of crazy in the story. Because she would follow Trish around. She wanted to be her protege and all that stuff, and it was cute at first because I was like, okay, that's what's up.
Me neither, bro.
The torch.
I felt like the whole thing with AJ Lee was just a lot of men.
I think I dipped out after AJ Lee came in. You did.
A lot of men just liked her. Yeah, like that's how I felt about it.
Right. But But the thing was Mickie James was that crazy strong. Like that one time that Trish was like, okay, you getting too weird. This ain't working out. And she got mad, kicked snot out of her. I was like, word?
But you know what though? Let's transition to the main conversation.
Hey, I ain't talked about wrestling in a good long time, man.
No, we might have to do like a WWE. We might even tap into that because WWE in many ways
shaped a lot of us.
Yes, and is associated with Black culture the same way Dragon Ball Z is. Something that didn't originally come from our culture, but we hold a high prestige for it, and really anime in general.
Right.
But
man, I will say, just in relative to this, I was going to try and do a segue with what Vince McMahon did with WWE to this, but our homie Deontay Nelson, that was old boy who came on blaming on Tevin. I will link his podcast in here in a second.
Yes.
But he said, so I finally got to sit and listen to episode 32. You need to peep out episode 32, Generational Curses and Family Dynamics. Shameless plug. But he said, I finally got to sit and listen to episode 32. And as always, you brothers got me to thinking, LOL. And this episode brought me to this question. Which is scarier to you? Being the one to start a negative cycle or being the first to break a negative cycle? Man, I didn't comment on it yet. But I'll...
Would you like to... I was going to say, would you like to...
Yeah, I'll go ahead and comment on it. Honestly, I kind of have a third one. The third one is really not knowing that a negative cycle even existed and then coming to the knowledge of it. That's scary to me, and maybe that's because I personally realized that. Now, Keontae says start. For me, personally realizing that there is a negative cycle or a generational curse within your family and you not knowing for the longest time is almost scarier, because now you got to think back to all the things that you missed. And now it seems so obvious now. And you're like,
I think,
bro, I totally didn't catch that.
I think I commented on it, and I feel like I said something close to that.
But yeah.
You read
what our brother over here said is, I think for me, it's coming to the realization that you started the cycle, the shame and guilt with that.
Yeah. And I mean,
or a better one, not necessarily that you started it, that you were an enabler to the person who started it. That's a scary one.
What y'all think about that?
Right. Keontae said start. So what y'all think? Is it worse or crazier to realize that you were the one who started a negative cycle, or trying to be the one who strives to end it? Like, which one do you feel like is worse?
We're gonna put that in the chat for y'all too.
Yeah, give me a
just so we don't have to keep repeating it too. You need to set up, whenever you get a chance, you need to set up that your phone and connect your computer to the thing.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it? Okay.
I'll show you when we get off the stream.
Bad. See,
hey, anybody that got a Windows computer and got an Android phone, I think you can do it with iPhone too. I'm not for sure.
Okay.
But it works best with Android because you can do all the type of stuff you need to do on your phone from your computer. Y'all definitely set up that your phone app. Microsoft ain't paying me to say that neither. Y'all need to.
Look, sponsor this man. He knows things. He don't drink, but he knows things. I mean, he does drink.
Sparingly these days. Sparingly.
Yeah, man. Oh wait, this is a whole nother thing. Bro. I'm trying to find it, and it's making me mad that I can't find it. Because I know it
should be under discussions.
Oh, that's why. There it is.
That's the benefit of the tab or the topics.
Yes, it is. Oh, that was consistency. Where is the freaking? There it is. I don't know why that was doing that.
But yeah, we're gonna actually put the question in the chat section for y'all too.
Actually, I'm gonna just do this bottom part. Copy.
In the context of generational curses.
Yeah.
And pin that mud to the top too after you're done with it.
All right. And then let's see, pin message. Okay,
we pinned it to the top of the chat as well.
We missed some. Let's make sure we got some. Bad Guy Matt has said, as in, I'm the last to inherit a generational curse. If so, call me an asshole, but misery leaves company. But yeah, I would say, yeah, you're technically the last to inherit it, which means, or at least you're trying to make sure you're the last to inherit it and you don't want it to come back. That's terrible. But Keontae said, nah, attempting to break into the cycle should be viewed as heroic. I get that it may seem like a big task, but it surely would be worse to cause trauma in people's lives. I feel that. Because, yeah, I mean, I could say for myself, I would think that, yes, it should be seen as something heroic and something that's worth doing. It's something that's worth doing to try to break a cycle. But there's no belittling the fact that it is a daunting task. It's just something that day by day, like, as we know from like superhero comics, you ain't gonna feel like a hero every day. Some days you're gonna feel good about it and you're gonna be like, yeah, man, I'm doing all right.
And let me
and
play
other days
devil's
you're gonna be like,
cause see,
why am I here?
Here's the thing too, right?
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about both of y'all comments,
okay,
and how there's some correlation in ways.
Okay.
In that, here's the thing. You're right. It should be seen. It should be viewed as heroic,
right.
But that doesn't mean that it will. Meaning,
not
you could be the person.
Respect your effort,
right? You're like, you could be the person that tries to break the curse, and you don't get recognized. Nobody cares that you did it, and so there is the inherent risk of, like, this is a daunting task, and I'm not necessarily tasked to be the person.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, do you
do it because you have to?
Right. Do you do you have to, or do you do it because you want to? Because I mean, in one sense, as to to comment to bad guy, misery definitely does love company, and it shouldn't be inherently your responsibility.
Right.
It shouldn't, and it really ultimately comes down to whether you choose to or not. And I think if it's affecting you,
right,
then you have a different outlook, and you might be more inclined to do something about it. Because truth be told, I might have cousins or even distant cousins who are going through a generational curse that is associated with the family, but I might not necessarily be afflicted by it.
Right.
Which means there's going to be a point of contention for me in terms of my involvement. Right. Do I intervene or not?
There's going to be what you would call an inevitable disconnect at some point.
Because if I do choose to intervene, then I'm also saying that I'm taking responsibility for what this is and whatever may accost me from it.
Right.
And sometimes that don't get respected, even in families. Right. Sometimes people don't care that you're the one trying to make $1 million and give it back to the people until they get it. And even then, some of them, once they get it, they still don't really care, or they want more.
It ain't respected.
That's why some of these athletes don't come back and help to their family.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were accosted and people didn't even give a shit when it was them being the victim.
What's funny about that? Kobe, God rest his soul, his wife recently just went through that with her own mother. Because the mama, she kicked the mama out of the house. She had to kick her out because mama was wilding and was going on all these different Hispanic TV networks and radio stations and saying that she was being disrespected, and she was being mistreated by her daughter after everything she'd done for her, and she was being caretaker for the kids and everything, whatnot. And it really got to the point where the air had to get cleared about that.
Keontae said it can be applied in so many situations. Exactly.
Absolutely.
When you're trying and doing and not being recognized.
Yes.
Or if the cycle is with someone else and you're trying to help, could be met with resistance.
Yes.
Right. You run the risk of not only being met with resistance, people literally trying to stop you from helping them.
Yeah.
But also you have to deal with the fact that now that you've integrated yourself into this house, this burning house,
now it's your problem.
You may get burned too.
Yeah.
And you might not get nothing out of it. You might not even be successful.
Right.
So I definitely do understand the apprehension of other people to be like, nah, I'm not getting into this.
Like, it's a thankless job. It's a thankless job, enough said. And honestly, part of it is what you're fighting against is not only something that is negative, but something that is rooted in complacency. As in, the reason it is a cycle and not just an initial occurrence is because of the fact that everybody else that's involved has pretty much just gotten accustomed to the way that things go. And they've just accepted it for what it is. They know it's negative, they know it's bad, they know it's wrong, and they know that it is, I hate this word, I'm not going to use that, corrosive. They know that it's corrosive.
I appreciate that. Respect.
Look, you know me. But they know that. But they've accepted it for what it is because they feel, because it's too hard to fight against the corrosiveness and try to root that out than it is to just deal with it and try to manage it.
And that's the thing, y'all. Sometimes, we've got this weird dynamic going on in the culture right now where people are so addicted to struggle culture. We've heard, and I've said, and even Keontae has been coined to saying this, but the struggle builds character.
Yeah. But
the thing about the character part of it, right?
The struggle isn't the whole story.
Not only that, the point of the character and the morals and the values and stuff that are supposed to be built upon the person should also represent a change in the person and a change in the situation.
Yes.
Meaning, what character is really getting built,
right?
If you are always in the struggle, that is your life. You might not be building much of anything because you're probably not learning much of anything.
Right. Well,
and that's the curse itself.
Right.
You're still in it. So when this is why we have a hard time listening to people try to advise us on situations that they're either still dealing with and haven't actually got out of,
or haven't tried to get out of,
or in the better situation or the better state that they advocate for other people to be in.
Right.
It's because we don't see that proof of concept that you've learned something, that you actually understand the consequences for your actions and therefore have made and done different actions.
Because the whole
it's definitely like trauma bonding.
Talking about the worst whooping you got for is look, and here's the thing, along with that, what I used to say a lot is that
we thought about doing an episode on that.
A lot of us, especially
may still do it.
The worst bodies you call. But anyway, hold up. Or the worst bodies you witnessed. That's an even better one. We're gonna talk about that later. But basically, what I used to look, dang.
Woo!
I didn't mean it like that. But basically, the worst thing about it is, see, nigga, you messed up my topic.
Sorry, y'all.
But anyway, the biggest thing that I've noticed, especially in our community, is that we over glorify struggle. As in, the struggle is the only thing. I don't know how many times I done got hit with the, you don't know what it's like to have it hard. You know, I'm from here. I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but when the hell you gonna get out? Because because here's my thing. I am a product of a family line where they lived in the hood and then they got out the hood. And they made sure that the house they sold before they got out the hood was so nice that the dude didn't even have to worry about nothing when he bought it. Because yes, my grandparents didn't always live on the northeast side. They used to live right off of Mulberry Street. They used to live in a house right off of Mulberry Street. They sold that mug and they've been in the house that they're in now for about 30 years. That's the difference. So it's like, and it's not like I never went to the hood. My great-grandparents still lived in the hood. My great-grandparents used to live off of Governor Street.
If you live here locally in Evansville, Indiana, you know what I said.
Yep, right in the middle, like right in the middle uptown. Right in the middle of uptown. Because if you go further up past their house and you hang a left, you would get to where Regina's beauty shop was, beauty salon was, and I think there's another corner store on the other side of that street. And I can't remember what that street's called. But yeah, so I used to walk all through there all the time. I used to go to the cut rate, get popsicles. I'd let them melt so I could drink them. Don't judge me. I was a weird kid. Don't judge. What did I just say? Anyway, but yeah, man. So we was all through there. But at the same time, I was never taught to glorify any of that. I was never taught to glorify where my folks came from or where we came out of or what we came out of.
Right.
Like, we're supposed to glorify that we came out of it.
Right.
Not that we were still there. Like,
not the life of it.
Yeah, like I had a chance to go to the suburbs and I said, fuck it, I'm staying in the hood. You know, I don't even want to fix my plumbing because you know what? That's hood plumbing. It's okay. It's the same way it is. I drink that dirty water for the rest of my life.
Hey, that's me and tap water.
Look, it's a slippery slope. All right, dog.
Grew up in the projects drinking tap water. I'm still gonna drink it. Hey, look at that. This man. No, but seriously, y'all.
I don't know, man. Having dentures sucks later in life. I
won't drink it to that point.
No.
Look, when I actually think about buying bottled water,
honestly, I'm gonna tell some truth to y'all. I got one cracked tooth in the back that I need to get fixed. The only reason I haven't is because I ain't trying to go destitute doing it. Lord. So, but I got the insurance now. It's been built up to a point where I could probably do it. So I'm gonna probably do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that done.
For your whole jaw fall off.
Yeah, because it's gonna
be one day.
For the most part, it doesn't.
Yeah, that nerve get it. Your ass gonna be grass.
You're not wrong because it's not even that it gets hit. It's that it'll be one day where it decides. Oh, I done left you alone for a good minute. So you about to feel some hurt. It ain't even that it's a hard hitting pain. It's just enough to bother you. And you know it's there and it progressively gets worse. And honestly, that's exactly how it is when you're in a negative cycle. If you leave it alone, it's not that it hits you so hard. It's that it reminds you constantly that it's there. It looms over you, and it makes things worse for you. And that's really what it exists as. It's a corrosive element in your life, in the life of your family, in the life of your friend group. Because you can have negative cycles in your friend group. You get that one person that's negative that mess up everything and make it worse every time.
Do not get it twisted. When you're dealing with a negative person, 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a negative cycle of a person.
Yep.
Because most people possess the ability to be positive, even in fuck situations.
And a lot of
things do happen to people. Yeah. And some people, things tend to always happen to people. We all know those people. Yep. Everybody know at least one person like that.
It happens consecutively. It's like back to back to back to back to back to where they barely have a defense against it. They can't really do nothing.
Yeah, and a lot of times what you tend to find out when you follow the roots of the tree is that there are generational curses that a lot of these problems come from.
Yeah.
Now, some of them come from individual problematic situations, which also usually harbor generational curses eventually. Right. For example, a woman that may have a problematic baby daddy,
right,
or a man that might have a problematic baby mama.
Yeah.
A family is created, thus a generation has been created, and there are problems associated with those type of dynamics.
Right, because it's already basically a given that the kids are going to have to deal with that.
They will be affected no matter what.
Now, in what way they are affected? Look, in whatever way you are effective, it depends on how you react to it as you grow up. But there's no secret that you are affected by it.
You know what? I've been thinking about breaking.
Well, Keontae's saying we want to shout you out, but I've been thinking about breaking negative cycles, deciding not to be friends with people. Example: physically abusive or habitual cheaters. Yeah.
Man, physically abusive people, you definitely can't.
Yeah. And I could say that can be scary. Yeah. Because of the fact that they will try to gaslight you and make you feel like you're a bad person for not associating with them for the bad things they're doing. Now,
or not just agreeing with their lifestyle decisions that they make in general.
Now, here's my thing. This goes actually into a subject of the validity of cancel culture. Here's my thing.
Call back.
The way I feel is I don't necessarily have to cancel you. I don't have to put your name in the streets unless I really have a reason to. Because 9 times out of 10, there's already a bunch of people that probably know if it's a local area. However, the truth of the matter is I have no obligation to associate with you. I have no obligation whatsoever to do that.
Because that's what it
means to me about keeping other men accountable. That's very true. Because here's the thing. Association breeds similarity. Now, does that mean that you're going to become a cheater and a wife beater if you associate with a cheater and a wife beater? No. But does it mean that it's slowly going to start becoming more acceptable in your own mind, in your own psyche, by virtue of the fact that you associate with this person and you constantly deal with the fact that they do what they do unabashedly? Yeah.
Yeah, so, because to some degree, you don't see it as much of a problem.
Right.
Because if you did, then you might be, I don't know, apt to speak on it.
So it's not necessarily, and what it is it's not necessarily that you might do it eventually. It's that you eventually don't see it as so much of a problem. And as a result of that, you either go one way or the other. You either feel like you're above that sort of stuff and you use them as a measuring stick to always let you know that you're above it. So as a result, when you do end up in a situation, now this is more towards cheating. When you do end up in a situation where you could potentially do that, you don't catch the signs, you don't notice, you don't see it. You know what I mean? You have blinders on because you have blinders to the other person. And you think that you're automatically above it, so you never look for it.
You know?
Or it becomes an option in your mind when you get put into a precarious situation where all you can do is react and you can't necessarily think.
This is also why, you have to be careful with what people consider their business.
Yes.
Because I'll tell y'all, It's happened to everybody at least once in their lifetime. Somehow or another, either intentionally or unintentionally, you got put into a situation, either because of something you did or something you said. And that's the thing. Whenever that happens, especially when it's between two opposing forces, it literally becomes a matter of aligning with the particular person, choosing a side. You know, I attribute a lot of things in life to nature and tribalism.
Yeah.
In a sense, and hierarchies. Okay? In the sense that a lot of things
Let me go ahead and get this thing done too.
A lot of things are set up based on a system of allegiance. Because people typically align with people for the most part based on shared interests initially. Mm-hmm. Eventually it becomes opinions as you start to get older and stuff. People care more about what you think when you're older as opposed to when you're younger, obviously. Right. With that comes allegiances. They show up in many different forms. You have relationships, which, you know, we typically view as, you know, the romantic kind. Mm-hmm. Relationships are general connections, period. But relationships, you have friendships.
Yes.
You know, you have family, which is by blood, but still a type of relationship connection, right?
Right.
And so the thing is, it's almost like there are many unspoken rules and regulations that we create, especially within Black culture. Keontae said Black culture says mind your business, but no, we need to stop that. See, and that's the thing, right? It's like, where's the boundary line? What constitutes it being other people's business?
Yes. And look, it's kind of the phrase.
And how do you regulate that in terms of authority within that business?
Well, it's kind of the phrase of my freedom begins where yours ends, or vice versa. I'm probably messing it up. But the point is, the other one I used to hear, yes, there should be less of that. The other one I used to hear is not the mind your business and not, but was the well, you know such and such is crazy. Well, you know such and such is no count. You know such and such is this and that. It's the acceptance of the negativity. And yes, we do need to stop that, because the thing is, y'all say most people will say that because it's not affecting them. It's like, well, I mean, they ain't beating on my daughter. They ain't beating on my son. They ain't doing nothing to they ain't doing nothing to me, my boy, and
it ain't happening on my doorstep.
Right. But then when it gets to your doorstep, then you want everybody to come together, like Voltron, to be like, all right, we got to deal with this. You're like, no. At what point is, like, where do you draw the line of scrimmage? That's the biggest thing. Where do you draw the line of scrimmage? Because yes, we can always just look at somebody and be like, yeah, they ain't right. Yeah, they got issues. Yeah, they got problems. But when you say that, and then you continue to associate with those individuals, what does that say about you? And that's always been a problem I've had, even with people that I've respected. And it's no offense to them, because they do what they choose to do. You know what I mean? They're going to do what they choose to do. I'm not going to knock that. But at the same time, when I say that I'm not going to associate with somebody, I'm not going to associate with somebody. When I say that I'm off you, I'm off you. And sometimes I don't even say it. I can show you better than I can tell you. You'll just see it. You'll just notice I'm not going to speak to you. I don't talk to you. I don't deal with you. Because the biggest thing we have to realize as a social society is that it is, even though it is good for us to socialize, it is important for us to socialize, and it helps us. It is not a mandate, okay? It's not a mandate. I don't have to associate with you. I don't got to talk to you. I don't got to talk bad about you. I ain't got to put your name out in the streets, but I don't have to associate with you either. I don't got to be your best friend.
True.
And that's, in a lot of cases, that's where I end up at. I'm at, look, I ain't going to put your name out in the streets because I'm not that type of person, and that's going to make me look crazy.
We either going to work together or we're
I ain't
not.
going to, look, but just know, if something come up and I need some help from somebody in your field of expertise, you will not be the first one I call. You may not ever be the one I call. And that's just where that's at. I just leave you alone. Because I feel like it's better sometimes all this kicking against all this canceling, all this stuff, it doesn't do anything to help the situation. If the end goal, if this is your end goal, is getting the person to realize that what they're doing is wrong, getting the person to realize that they need to rectify what it is that is wrong within them and is corrosive to them, then constantly beating up on them and not giving them any opportunities to do anything is not going to help. They're going to default to whatever they've been doing in the first place because they know they're already canceled. But leaving them alone, though?
I'm thinking about the...
dissociating?
I'm thinking about, this low-key makes me think about the Michael B. Jordan situation. Did you read anything about that?
Can't say I have.
With the rum brand he wanted to make, I think it was pronounced Jorve or something like that. I'm probably butchering it. Sorry to the Caribbean folk or people associated with the Creole language and all of that vernacular. But yeah, he wanted to create a brand, and that was the name, which people took it as cultural appropriation. And Nicki Minaj went as far as to try and educate him on the era of his ways.
Did she educate him to his face, or did she just bust
over
him out?
social media?
He
ended up changing the name, to a degree. But the problem is that she's a culture appropriate offender. So not only is it like, wait a minute,
I mean, she been canceled by association twice.
You're wrong in that regard, but you're also incorrect.
You stand
in your opinion regarding the cultural appropriation of it.
Like, why didn't you ask him why he did it?
He wasn't directly culturally appropriating. Not in a general sense. He wasn't at all. And really, if he wanted to argue with people or be like, nah, I'm not changing it. If it were me, I wouldn't have changed it. I wouldn't have.
Because once again, you don't have an obligation to change anything for anybody.
It wasn't even colloquial, saying all these other words.
Ooh, colloquial, okay.
It wasn't even correct in the general sense of it being cultural appropriation. And that was the thing. So not only did he get all that, people try to instantly cancel him over it, we're not being technically correct. Then you got other people who's supposed to be viewed as allies. We should at least be allies to each other in black culture. Come on, y'all now. We don't have to be friends. We don't even have to really know each other.
We just don't want y'all getting killed in the middle of the street.
Study the situation for what it truly is and make sure you're not a past or current offender before you go throwing darts at somebody else. There's been plenty of times when Nicki Minaj has culturally appropriated something. Her whole Chun-Li personality, the Harajuku Barbie-ish. She been Asian, Caribbean. She been everything but traditional black. And I know that she's not technically traditional black.
No,
but she once again is another person
she's
who
Caribbean
benefits
black, but still,
and is afforded by black culture.
Right. American black culture
at that. Yes.
So
it's like,
I mean,
who are you talking to?
This is coming from a person who taps into her Caribbean roots whenever it's convenient. So she uses that shit like it's a golden.
And don't get it twisted, y'all. And this still plays into generational curses. Because see, what happens is I feel like in black culture, we hold a lot of us up to a standard that says solidarity. But at the same time, we communicate as a culture that we are a monolith, in fact. All of us we are not a monolith. Let me correct myself. All of us are uniquely different. And we hate to be written off in a box depending on the situation or depending on whatever's the social conflict.
Right.
You're not black if you.
Or you're not black enough. Lord knows.
But then in the same vein, we like, well, when it's a black person that has a different opinion, we like, oh, cool, hotel, sell out. And that's not always the case.
And we default to those things. It's almost become popular to do that.
Yes, bro, look. It's popular to be the troll. It's also popular to be the most woke in the room. Those are the two extremes. The coon versus the hotel. These are the extremes.
Yes.
Not enough people talk about the middle. One of the biggest conversations that's being had right now, besides reparations when we talk about black culture, is critical race theory and whether it should be taught in schools. And for those of y'all who know me personally, y'all know how I get down when I'm naturally in my natural habitat of being me off the camera and everything.
Right.
You still get the full version here. You get like 98%. The other 2% you don't get. And that's the percent that might not be appropriate, but is me. And in me saying that, what I'm here to say is that how could you not look at critical race theory in what it is in essence from a white perspective? Because you don't have to be white to understand how certain dynamics play out.
Right.
You really don't. There's enough data and anecdotal evidence out there for you to make a good sound point. In that, imagine being the white person in this modern day and age that has to have their kids go to school, that doesn't inherently view themselves as racist or participate in anything that would be considered racist even by our terms, and have their kids learning that there may be a problem inherently with aspects of who they are as a person. That's no different than women writing men off as toxic masculinity, as toxic and masculine, and associating masculinity with toxicity.
Yep.
If you got a son, or even for yourself, you can see the problem in that. If masculinity is inherently toxic,
and by definition problematic, and
by
something
definition
that should be eliminated,
then, and I exude that, I have that within me, that's predominantly how I express myself, then I am a problem by that logic. It's no different than when you look at something like critical race theory.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gonna have white people like, yo, I don't want my kids growing up with the possibility of them thinking that something is inherently wrong with them simply because they white. Or in the inverse, because they black. It's the same thing. You can't be like, oh, I understand it when it's coming from me.
Right.
But then when it's coming from the opposite, you're like, oh no, fuck that.
Because
that's terrible.
Look, because
that's problematic.
Because it's always good when it's not in your house.
And that's the thing.
And here's the thing about that. Because I didn't know about that Michael B. Jordan thing. But
look it up, bro.
Well, basically, that's crazy to me. But the funniest thing about that is that Nicki, for all intents and purposes, has been canceled twice, and one of them has been by association. It wasn't even something she did. So, of all people to be trying to champion cancel culture, to aim its ray gun at anybody else, she the last person need to be doing that. Now, beyond that, another interesting one that happened is that Trick Daddy was on Clubhouse and got recorded saying that he don't feel like Beyonce can sing, and basically equated Beyonce to being to R&B what Jay-Z is to hip hop, in that if certain people were in the picture, she'd be a non-factor. Which, yes, that is his opinion to have, but the biggest thing that people forget, well, that Trick Daddy apparently forgot, is that he said a lot of disparaging comments about black women months before this. Well, actually, a couple years before this.
His whole career.
And they didn't look, and they have not forgotten. One, the Beehive will annihilate you on sight if you say anything about the Queen.
Don't do it.
Two, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Two, nobody else would have really cared. And they would have just let them dogpile him, except for the fact that you have to come back to the remembrance of, oh yeah, Trick Daddy don't really like black women like that. Oh, let's go get this man.
His whole career has been primarily predicated off of subjugation. But also, I want to add to that.
Also, Kaya said that his chicken tastes like wood.
This is my look. I gotta get my kick-ass segment.
That was in 2019 too.
I gotta get my kick-ass segment out real quick. You know what really kicks my ass?
Oh,
Black culture and people within black culture discrediting other black people, whether it be their accomplishments, what they've done, the astute, because they don't feel that they're entitled to those successes. And here's the thing, man. Y'all make it sometimes as a culture, we make it so hard for people to even want to be successful and it be known.
Yeah.
Because like we've created this narrative that the only way you can be successful as a black person
is if you struggle for most of that
if you're a kiss ass, if you're Illuminati, and it's only respected if you struggle. Even though primarily almost all of these people that we hate for the astute and the places that they came from struggle.
Yes.
Imagine being a hip-hop artist that's been in the game for about 30 years and somebody telling you that not only do you not deserve it, but you're not even that good.
Yep.
Imagine telling somebody that came out of one of the roughest neighborhoods in the United States, in the projects, somebody who actually did go through the struggle, who made it out the struggle, that they don't deserve to be held in the regard that they are.
The funniest thing about that is
imagine that. I'm not done. Imagine telling a woman that ain't even 40 yet, that's been in her career for about 30 to 35 years since she was a kid, that not only that she can't sing, but that if other people who died, not because of her, but if they were around, she wouldn't be where she at. This damn girl was born a star. She was singing this shit before Aaliyah was what?
Right. Now
it don't even make sense to say shit like that.
Now here's the funniest thing.
Because those are the people they attribute the Tupac, the Biggies, the Aaliyahs.
Yeah,
we don't have proof.
He did say that.
We don't have proof to prove these things. They're just our opinions.
Yeah,
it don't mean shit because other people agree with you on that opinion.
Right.
You can't prove that Tupac or Biggie or Aaliyah would have fell off.
What we know is what happened.
You can't prove.
Right.
Yeah. All you know is that they died.
Right.
We don't have evidence. Your opinion is simply that.
Look,
your opinion.
To be perfectly honest, in a lot of ways, it's a very narrow line. Because it's a narrow line between opinion and facts, and it's also a very narrow line between what you can say and consider your opinion and what you can say that is considered blatant disrespect. Like case in point, I know somebody gonna get mad at me about this because
say it. We
I
ain't
used
famous.
to have this issue.
We ain't famous. Say
Oh
it.
yeah, we ain't famous.
We know we're not famous.
Look,
it's a difference.
Because we gon' what we gonna call it is the Lil Wayne theory. The Lil Wayne theory.
Okay.
Because y'all know what I'm talking about.
You still got the Kanye question. I ain't forgot. Continue.
I you gonna have to remind me of that. But anyway, if you were black in 2010 or earlier and you said anything other than that Lil Wayne was the best thing since cooked food, you would instantly be crucified by every black person in the room.
Do you know how much that was my life in high school?
What you mean? That was my life.
Bro, do you know how many arguments and debates I got into about that?
Until No Ceilings came out, and I was like, yo, I feel this. I was cool with Carter 3. I was cool with No Ceilings. I was cool with Carter 2. But after that, well,
listen. Hey,
it is what it is.
Deontay and Jabbar as my witnesses.
It is what it is.
I was the one person.
Well, Javar knows. Javar knows.
I was like, yo,
about that.
Lil Wayne is cold. He's good. He's not the best, and other people are just as good, if not better than him.
Yes.
These lyrics ain't the coldest lyrics I ever heard.
Now, can I?
But
now,
that was a problem.
Look, now, can we say that he was one of the hardest working artists
For sure.
in the late 2000s to 2010s? Yes. That man was everywhere in 2008. There wasn't too many places he was. Like, look, Lil Wayne was hot. He was Drake. Look,
he was Drake in what aspect?
No, Drake was him. Because Drake did it afterwards. Drake replicated that formula.
Drake replaced, listen, Drake did not just replace Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
He replaced Kanye too.
He did.
If we want to be honest. Drake, you know what Drake was like?
That's another conversation that we have to have.
The past 10 years of Drake in rap is kind of like the equivalent of John Cena to WWE.
Yes.
The face.
Yes. Look, you know what's funny about that?
Okay, I can rock with that.
Look, I'm glad you mentioned John Cena because I thought about this when you brought
Drake
up
is to what rap, what John Cena is to WWE.
Look, that's funny because when you brought up Brock Lesnar, I instantly thought of John Cena's debut. Y'all remember John Cena's debut? When he came through talking all that smack before he got buffed and he was still wearing the same size shoes, and they looked bigger than his head. And he was walking around talking all that stuff, and Brock Lesnar F5 the hell out of him.
Bruh, see, I don't know how much you know, but Brock came back, and everybody was going crazy and stuff because he basically busted Cena's lip. You know, and they had a match. Cena ended up winning the match.
Now, that was years later, though.
Yeah, that was years later. Yeah. Like, you know, and Brock was making some of the claims. It's funny how this ties into this in this sense, what we talking about at this moment.
Yep.
Because Brock was just like, yo, Cena used to carry my bags. And, of course, that's the exaggeration. But he was meaning was Cena didn't matter when Brock was there. Like, he was he was a player.
True. He was a player. He was a contender. Cena built himself up. Cena built himself up in the same way Drake built himself up. But when Drake started out, wasn't nobody checking for Drake. Drake didn't start singing until he got comfortable.
Better than Kanye. Who, Wayne or Drake?
Yeah, I'm about to say, you need to make that distinction real quick.
And are we talking about like all time or prime? Because if we talking prime, like prime Wayne versus prime Kanye, I know majority of people gonna pick Wayne, but I'm gonna rock with Kanye. I appreciated the lyrics more. I appreciate the subject matter more, for damn sure.
I appreciate the fact that he was multifaceted at his prime.
That too. He could do more than one thing, unlike Wayne.
Wayne just told you. Look, Wayne just wrote a book of 1,000 ways to eat. Well, you know what that is. This is a
And the thing about Drake
is a family channel. We can't say that.
Whether y'all know it or not, we don't get the Drake people know and love without Wayne and Kanye. Mm-hmm. When Drake and there's two ways you know that. One, if you ever actually listen to Drake talk about his inspiration stuff. Yes. But two, and most importantly, if you really look at Drake's style for what it is, like you can see the roots of where he got his inspirations and shit from.
Yeah.
He'll tell you it too to double verify.
He tells on himself about it every time he puts something out. You know how they be making fun of him? They like, all right, what accent you gonna take this time? It wasn't that
he didn't take over. He wasn't respected. See, Kanye
was an outlier.
Kanye had the problem, and I gotta say this because this is important. Kanye, and I also would say Lupe Fiasco to even a worse degree.
Yes.
They had the problem.
I feel like I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going with this. They had the problem. Kanye, guys like Kanye West, Lupe Fiasco and stuff, had to die on the hill that they died on.
Yes.
For people to respect and appreciate Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole.
Yes.
Y'all gotta remember the climate.
Extent, Big Crit.
Y'all gotta remember the climate of what rap music was at that time.
Hey, this man said some young
rap music wasn't about conscious.
You know, baby took all his money, right? Let me chill.
Rap music at that time wasn't about conscious, wasn't about the type of shit that they were rapping about. That's why people commercially didn't really vibe to them. Mm-hmm. It's not just that they just couldn't take over. That's not what the culture wanted. No. At that time. That's not what the culture was demanding. Now, we were still in gangster rap. We were still in like a lot of
that's because gangster
luxurious
rap,
shit.
Well, think about it. Gangster rap was making its last stand in the mid
Think about what's
2000s.
Popular now. Even though Drake is still popular,
right?
The culture of what rap is today is drug rap.
Yes.
Is drug using rap. This is why guys like Future have been able to take over.
Because
they're not lyrically, they're not a guy like a Future or a Travis Scott ain't fucking with a Kendrick Lamar or Jake Cole.
No.
But to the general masses, the futures matter more than they do.
Right.
Whether y'all realize that or not.
You know,
the Young Thugs and the Lil Uzi Verts.
Yeah.
They are the people who are running this way.
And
not the Kendricks and the J. Coles.
The sickest thing about this.
That's what I'm saying.
Rap culture today is mumbling. But here's the sickest thing about this. What happened is it's kind of the negative side of what happens when you, like, if you've ever seen any shows or any like anime or anything, you beat the one bad guy who's the big bad, but you didn't clean up all the other little runts and grunts and stuff. So who's left to run the bad guy's spot?
You won the battle, but you ain't finished the war.
So basically what we did was, think about it. What we did was we kicked out all the drug dealers. We disenfranchised them, made them feel like crap. Bill Cosby came in and disrespected all of them, told them to pull their pants up. Oprah backed that up, and then all of white culture decided to fight them all and say that they're thugs and evil and everything, which they still use that. And then they got rid of them. The conscious rappers came in, and then they were like, well, and then all the black folk and even the white folk were like, well, we don't want to hear that stuff. It doesn't sound popular enough. but we don't want the drug dealers anymore. So
The
guess who
same
came
way.
up? The drug users.
Yeah.
The drug users showed up and took
The
over.
party and the pill poppers. The same way that people in this modern day and age,
Mm-hmm.
right, feel that Kendrick and J. Cole don't get the respect and they're better lyricists than these guys that are on top.
Yeah.
Is exactly the same way I felt back in the 2000s
Mhm.
when guys like Lupe Fiasco
Mhm.
and Kanye West were those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm glad because
Black
now,
Dog too.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
there's plenty of other
Black Dog
people.
got his respect.
There's definitely
like,
plenty
yeah.
of other people I can
Roots-
mention,
the
but I
Roots,
use them as two
Talib Kweli.
examples because
Right.
they're very visible and a lot of people know who they are, especially
Yes.
Kanye. Everybody knows who Kanye
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying?
And see, the thing is, you're right.
So he survived in a way through using auto-tune and his beat production
because he adapted.
and because he was multifaceted.
Right.
Lupe didn't. People still to this day don't give Lupe Fiasco the respect he deserves, and he's
Bruh.
better still
The
than
funny
most of these niggas out
Bro,
now.
the fu-
Even your favorite conscious rapper. I don't
He
give
gon-
a fuck.
he gonna down this hill.
I'm not playing.
He gonna down this hill. But
If you
I
don't
mean,
believe that,
I feel
listen
you.
to his music.
Look, I feel you, and I do feel you. Hey, T-Pain still solos. Actually, perfect example of breaking the negative stereotype of breaking negatives. The funny thing is,
Exactly.
Stop
you
it,
trolling,
sir.
but
stop it, sir.
he trolling, but at the same time, he really don't know who Lupe is. He really don't know. He don't know.
Anyway,
He don't know.
that we're gonna get back to you.
He don't know.
The funniest thing about that is T-Pain said, now you know how T-Pain said that he went through a whole lot of depression. He said the funniest thing was one of the cruxes of that was he was on a plane. He was on a plane with a couple other guys that was gonna go on tour or whatever, right? So Usher was there too, and him and Usher was cool.
Hey, welcome. Whoever
Usher-
joined, please like it up.
What's up?
Right now, we're talking about rap
Let it-
music. We talking a little bit about everything,
Yeah.
but right now we're talking about rap music.
Yeah. Also, feel free to answer the pin topic as well.
Yes, because that's
our
the main
topic.
conversation. Yeah.
And we'll definitely address that. Say hello, announce yourself to everybody so we can give you a proper welcome. Also, but the thing about T-Pain was he said that he had got called back to the other part of the plane to talk to Usher. And you know what Usher told him? He might have been joking, but he told him this. He said, yo, oh, The Days Grim. What's up, bro? Hey, The Days Grim is another dope podcast that is local. Yo, check them out. They are on Spotify. They update regularly. And they always got some good content. They always got some good guests. I might actually be on there later on in July. I'll update y'all on that. So, yes, thank you, sir. We'll talk about Gates, too. He's another interesting one. He's another outlier to me in a way. But Usher told T-Pain to his face, he said, you know you really fucked up R&B for a lot of real singers. And that stuck with him. And that's dark. Like, oh,
I
no
did
problem,
see
bro.
something about
Look. And he said in a lot of ways that was almost the catalyst to like a 2 or 4 year long thing of depression. Yes.
Days
July
Grim
11th.
said, "What about Gates? What's that?
Kevin Gates. I think that's what he's talking about.
Like opinions on him?
Yeah.
I personally don't listen to him. I can't really say I'm a fan. I don't necessarily plan to
I'll
listen
say
to
it like
him either.
this: Kevin Gates is in an interesting position. He's in an interesting position. Yes, T-Pain without auto-tune shit's on most. Thank you. Look, if you don't believe that T-Pain kills it without auto-tune, check out his Tiny Desk. It was amazing. But other than that, and the funniest thing is he's had to live and die on that hill for most of his career.
I agree with most of the opinions that he's had regarding music in general.
Yes.
There's certain things I don't agree with. What I definitely will say about T-Pain is that, T-Pain,
He's an observer, and I like
T-Pain is a trendsetter.
Yes. Yes.
He really brought auto-tune back into the forefront.
Yes.
And, there's a lot of artistry that you don't get without T-Pain's use of auto-tune. You don't get Kanye West 808's
And
auto-tune
Heartbreak, which
because he was inspired by that. T-Pain tried to more so take more credit, in my personal opinion, I feel he deserved, but he did make a point in that he brought it back to the forefront.
Yes.
And he does deserve his dues.
Now here's
especially nowadays,
yeah.
where you see a lot of singers using auto-tune.
Oh,
Kanye more so did the rap auto-tune.
Here's the real
So
truth.
that's not
though.
the same.
Here's the real truth, though. Auto-tune has always been in use since like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that's why I say he brought it. That's why I say he
it was never
trendsetter.
hyped
He
up.
didn't originate.
And it was very, very subtle, but it's being used. And the
Yeah.
funniest thing is,
Dapper Roger.
look, now that, yes, and this is an interesting case. This is the interesting case though, that people will come at people like T-Pain for using auto-tune, but they'll never come at Michael Bublé.
And second half of
And
Lil
you can
Wayne.
hear it in his voice.
What do
if
you mean?
you know. And the second half of Lil Wayne, auto-tune. Yeah. The second coming to Lil Wayne probably never would have happened without auto-tune. Now, should we blame T-Pain for that? No.
What Lil Wayne auto-tune? Like what? Like How to Love and stuff like that?
Like,
he didn't really do a lot though.
Basically, oh yeah, he did. After Carter 3. Basically anything after Carter 3 that wasn't a mixtape. Yeah. Yeah.
He made a whole album of auto-tune, Wayne?
Them rock albums.
What rap albums?
Them rock albums.
Oh, that shit that didn't do that well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much everything after
like
Carter 3 and No Ceilings.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Young Money era. Yes.
See, man.
Look, Javar said, I told people for years T-Pain didn't need auto-tune. He just liked the sound and used it to separate himself from the typical singers. Look, bro, the funniest thing is I didn't use auto-tune for the longest time except for the edit people stuff. And I just use it now just whenever I feel like it. Just for fun. Just to try something out. Because it's an interesting tool. It's a tool. It is literally a tool. It has nothing to do with how good or how bad you are. It is a tool. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people that tried to use auto-tune that couldn't sing to save their lives. And guess what? It didn't save them. It didn't save them. And some of y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all done heard a few. Now, it is interesting that now we do have a whole slew of rappers who know how to hold a note. That is actually impressive. That's something impressive that I will give to mumble rap and the current drug culture rap. Like not really the heavy drug users, but like the Yo Gottis. You know what I'm saying? Like ones like them. They can actually hold a note now. You used to not have rappers. You used to have some tone deaf rappers, bro. That would try to sing song their way into something and it sounded terrible. So I will say that, yeah, Future beats are a vibe. Look, hill of Future. I know people who are actual rappers who will die on that hill. But my thing about Future is Future needs a therapist and an intervention. The reason I say that is because one, he's popping out way too many babies. And two, if you really listen to Future's music, it's depressing.
I don't really have too much.
It's depressing.
I can't really say I'm a fan.
I can deal with Future. I can dig Future.
I can deal with him.
But I can't listen to way too much Future because for real, it gets depressing after a while. It's like, oh my God, bro, you just...
I prefer Travis Scott. And I've been listening to Travis for years. It's
just because you like to hear niggas yell all the time. I'm just playing.
I don't know. I think Travis Scott just does like auto-tune and those type of like things better in the Future, but that's my personal opinion.
He has his own vibe to it, yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yes, or
I don't get the same feelings from their songs. Like I can definitely tell the difference between the two, and I prefer Travis.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's no disrespect to Future, but also
2 Chainz over Future. Hey, can we shout out 2 Chainz for being somebody who existed functionally and profitably in over 2 eras of rap? And really updated himself, but didn't change himself.
Yeah,
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, he did. He did.
More respect to this man because you never would have thought that Titty Boy from Players Circle would be the 2 Chainz of today, and he managed to do that.
Yep. Players Circle.
Look. No diss to Ludacris, but there ain't too many people. It's very rare.
From DT. Go ahead and say it.
DTP.
Look, Shauna had her problems with him too.
Hey, well, I ain't even talking about that. I wasn't even talking about problems. I was gonna say it's not often that you see an employee somewhat outshine their boss. Okay, usually don't see that in a lifetime. All right, at least of all a span of 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Because Ludacris never fell off, but I will say that 2 Chainz is rose to his level. We can certainly see that.
If anybody hasn't liked the video yet, please go ahead and like the video.
Look, you do have to say that. You do have to give him that. That it's not often that you see an employee, i.e. a member of DTP, with Ludacris being the leader, either outshining or matching their boss. That don't happen often. Especially not from the era he came out of. Because if that did happen, a lot of young people would know who Memphis Bleak is. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Or Murphy Lee.
Or Murphy Lee. Look, or a better one. Or Beanie Siegel. Beans got did bad. Memphis Bleak got did worse. A mill.
Man, you brought up a mill. Well, you know,
a mill work in a department store used to.
But you know, she stepped away.
Yeah, she did.
She had a kid.
Yeah,
and she felt that was more.
Well, she took the Lauryn Hill route, and I can respect that though. I can respect that.
And you know what? If y'all don't know who Emil is, please look up Emil.
Yeah.
If you know Jigga who, you know who Emil is. But let's look up Emil. Tell me that don't sound like fucking Cardi B.
Actually,
tell me that don't sound like Cardi B.
Emil, my coochie remains in a Gucci name. Yeah.
Man, tell me that ain't Cardi B.
Can I get a
history? What? History repeats itself.
Back
so
when
many
Ja
more
Rule was
times
still
than we
popping and
realize.
existed. Okay, thoughts on Dax. Hold on. Who's Dax? I'm trying to think of who Dax is.
I don't think I know who that is. Dax?
Can you elaborate on that? Because
I'm not familiar.
We old. But
or it might just be somebody on the ground that we don't know.
Right.
I'm not familiar.
For a second there, I thought that said Daz. I'm like, Daz Dillinger? I mean, hey, Daz is cold. I used to like Daz. Daz Corrupt. Man. One Take Video King remixes a lot of them.
I'm gonna have to look into that, buddy.
I will have to look into that. Can you post the link
post
for us
the link.
to check out? Thoughts on Eminem. Eminem, I can respect the staying power of Eminem. The problem is that Eminem became his own kryptonite. Or rather, Eminem became the kryptonite to literally every lyrical white artist. And it sucks. And it's like, it's not fair because there were definitely white people who had lyrics before Eminem and after. But he's just the one that they can point at, you know.
He's the most successful.
Well, I mean, it's just like people used to constantly make comparisons to Jay-Z or to Nas if he was lyrical. So it's like,
it comes
unfair.
with the territory. Because I mean, look at Vanilla Ice, for example, or MC Search, or anybody else who predates Eminem that is white.
Really,
that
the
was
Beastie Boys
successful,
was a perfect example.
But and still making money.
Yeah.
But don't have the acclaim of an Eminem. They don't have the longevity in terms of relevance of Eminem. But they predate Eminem.
Right.
And they created, like, Vanilla Ice didn't do nowhere near as much to the culture as Eminem.
No.
But Vanilla Ice will never be forgotten.
Right.
Even in black culture. Like, if you don't know who Vanilla Ice is, it's probably because you're very young.
Let's put it this way.
That's the only way you don't know who Vanilla Ice is.
Okay, thank you for the link, bro. I'm gonna check that out. But
Eminem's cold. I used to call him the best.
Right. To give you a little bit of history. If you're a beat maker, and you've ever had issues concerning sampling, or if you've ever had to feel like you have to be extremely conservative in the way that you sample, you have two people to blame. At least in hip hop. You have Vanilla Ice to blame for people really harping on the usage or overusage of samples. And you have Lil Flip to blame for the fact that why we can't use video game samples without getting sued.
Rappers that have major bars need projects to party to also.
Yes.
If they want to have the same commercial yes,
success.
they do.
That's true.
That's why, and that's the thing, man. That's why, like, for some people, unless you just mismanage your money, people who create party anthems that are hits, usually they live on forever. Yeah. Like, listen, somebody that I have a huge amount of respect that I don't talk about a lot is Will Smith. Yeah. He's multifaceted. And I remember there's a meme going around, I think that was asking who was better between him and Jamie Foxx. I'm taking Will Smith all day. But anyway, with that being said,
Will Smith just can't sing. So
he just can't sing. But he can rap. Jamie can't rap. But with that being said, Will Smith did a lot. Yeah, Will Smith did a lot for what is hip hop.
Yeah.
And a lot of people sweep it under the rug, and if you're under a certain age, you don't really respect his contributions to hip hop.
Yeah.
But Will Smith did a lot for what is hip hop today.
Because of what his contribution is,
he matters that much.
The problem is he falls in the same boat as an Eminem because of the fact that what he contributed actually causes people to parodize him. As in, he contributed the concept of commercially and commercially palatable rap.
He was one of the first people to really do that.
Yeah. And as a result, you have the issue of anytime that you have somebody who is lyrical but just doesn't curse a lot, they can bring that back on them.
In modern day, that's viewed as kind of viewed as whack. Yeah. That's why we have whole ass explicit versions.
Yep.
Will Smith was the first person to really do multiple things at once. Yeah. He was the first person to do multiple things at once.
Hey,
like this dude was a rapper, actor, like he was doing it all.
Yeah.
And was succeeding.
Yeah. And along with that, Wu-Tang was one of the groups that had
you're right.
Imagine what Pac would have done for the culture if he didn't die. He was a prophet.
Because Tupac in his inception for what he was came like a little bit after what Will was doing.
Yeah.
But they both were doing that at the same time.
Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Digital Underground. A lot of people forget about that. The interesting
Shock
thing,
G, rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. That was crazy.
Like there wasn't that many people doing like a bunch of shit like that.
Right.
There really wasn't a lot of people in rap and hip hop culture that were in different lanes.
And a lot of it is because it used to be laughed at and frowned upon until you had Wu-Tang come a little bit later and really start commercializing everything, dude. The reason why rappers are able to monetize nearly everything, every aspect of them, comes largely from Wu-Tang. Because Wu-Tang had everything. They had a clothing line. The only thing they had was a TV show. They had a clothing line. They had video games. They had action figures. People was getting tattoos of them on their faces. They had branding. They had all of that. It was so bad that the FBI was investigating them. It was insane.
Somebody mentioned, Keontae mentioned Soulja Boy. Can I talk to y'all about something real quick? Okay. This ain't even kick my ass, but I want to bring this up because I had this discussion. The other day. I had this discussion with M. And the discussion was like, y'all know Soulja Boy and Bow Wow doing the verses this weekend. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a basic hot take of this verses. That's really happening, bro.
I'm crying.
And here's my thing, bro.
I'm crying.
I don't feel that Soulja Boy and Bow Wow makes sense as a versus.
No, they don't.
I got a million reasons.
They existed in the same era, but no.
Chat, I need y'all. If y'all agree with my sentiment on that, please give me at least one reason why that battle does not make sense to you. And then I'll tell you my reasons. Because I have reasons.
Keontae said I got something going on, but I'm going to try and watch it.
I'm going to be out of town. I'm probably not going to watch it, but if I catch it, I might catch a little bit.
Honestly, you know who would have been a good comparison for Soulja Boy for versus? There's a couple that could have been used better than Bow Wow. Who you could have used, well, some of these people aren't with us anymore. You could have used them franchise boys.
Bow Wow should have went against Romeo.
Yes. We should have had Bow Wow versus Romeo. That way we could finally answer the age-old question of who's better. I don't think anybody cares anymore, but we need to do that.
That's the only versus for Bow Wow. Soulja Boy doesn't have an opponent to be put against.
Right. Soulja Boy,
Soulja Boy is in, to me,
Soulja Boy is the only. No,
he don't need to be in a versus.
Well, what it was is that Soulja Boy was the only one in his lane that got that far. All the rest of them fell off at some point before he did. Because you could technically have Soulja Boy versus Jibbs. You could have that. The feud was there, but Romeo is whack. There's no music. I mean, yeah, but look.
No.
Look, I would still accept that.
No.
Look, I would say Bow Wow versus the Brat, but we all know how that would go.
No.
Hold on.
Have you ever listened to any Lil Romeo at all?
He was all right.
No. What do you mean there's no music?
There's music.
There's music.
I mean, he was all right.
So I'm a Romeo fan.
No.
Yeah. like you don't have to. A person don't have to preach about these things 24/7. I was a Bow Wow and a Romeo fan.
I fell off of both.
I fell off of both, yeah, because grew up, but I was listening to Bow Wow and Romeo as a kid,
Right.
both of them. I can't speak for you.
Finally,
if you only heard Bow Wow,
right.
that's you. I didn't. I heard them both.
I was okay with Bow Wow.
Romeo had hit songs.
At a certain point. Yeah.
Romeo got a few records under his belt for charts, bro.
Yeah. Romeo probably got
if you don't know, you need
Bow
to
Wow
get familiar.
Look,
like it actually makes more sense of a battle than Soulja Boy does.
Yes.
Like
because they actually had smoke.
Yeah, they had actual smoke. One, two, they were in the exact same lane, doing the same shit.
Yes. And I mean, that's really it. That's really it. The literal fact is,
like Soulja Boy. Here's my issue with Soulja Boy. If you're just going off of clout and acclaim, I guess that kind of makes sense. But even then, their songs, their songs will be stylistically different from each other.
Yeah.
And Bow Wow comes from a different era.
Thank you.
Bow Wow, peak Bow Wow, in my personal opinion, ain't Bow Wow ain't the late Bow Wow when Soulja Boy comes in.
Yeah.
When Soulja Boy career starts, Bow Wow's career goes down. Yeah. Not up.
Soulja Boy represented. Oh, I'd like to see Meek versus Big Sean.
Meek versus Big Sean.
Okay, that's interesting.
Meek versus Big Sean.
That would be interesting.
Meek versus Big Sean.
I'd watch it. Only to see if Meek don't beat the snot out of him. Or try to. Because, the only problem with Meek is you can't take him nowhere.
I think Big Sean versus Wale makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'll say to that. I wouldn't mind that battle, though.
They came out the same era.
I think Big Sean and Wale makes more sense.
That would be nice.
I think it's more 1-to-1.
Yeah.
I like stylistic matches that make sense. I don't care as much about clout as other people do.
How about this? Big Sean. I'm not Big Sean. Wale versus J. Cole. That'd be an interesting.
Wale versus Cole.
Yeah. As long as it's not made a popularity contest, that would be a good matchup.
But I think
stylistically they're very similar.
Cole can only go against Crit or Kendrick.
Okay. I can do Cole versus
only
Crit.
go against Crit or Kendrick.
I can do Cole versus
only
Crit.
people. And I don't even want Kendrick nowhere near
Meek
Cole.
ain't been the same since Lil Snoop. Yeah.
Meek ain't been the same since. Yeah.
People forget about that. That did knock a lot of steam.
And see, I came on to Meek as a fan after.
Cole versus Andre.
Versus Andre. You know who I want to see, man?
Who would you put against Andre?
I have a person for Andre, but he ain't matured yet. Meaning his career ain't matured yet for him to go against Andre.
You know who I would get from Andre's era to go against Andre?
Who?
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
See, I wanted Busta versus Luda. That's what I wanted. I didn't think Luda versus Nelly made sense. Nelly
does, but it doesn't.
Nelly got obliterated. And see, that's the thing, y'all. Y'all got to remember, if y'all definitely think in these versus matches that one person would beat another person, that constitutes a bad matchup.
Yeah,
because the point of versus is supposed to be back and forth.
Like, who I would say,
like
hey, think about it, because old school Busta and Andre. That's an interesting.
What, Busta and Andre or Busta and Luda? Which one you talking about? Great match.
Right. I'm curious.
Because I wanted Busta and Luda.
I want Busta.
He's saying Busta and Andre
because it would be interesting. Look, I will say at the very least it would be a fun fight to watch.
Or Busta, man. Or I wouldn't even mind Busta versus Mystical.
Oh, Luda. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I know people are gonna look at it from a cloud standpoint and say, nah, Mystical, but Mystical got a lot of music.
Mystical does have a lot of music.
He got the catalog. Yes. See, that's another thing, y'all.
He has the catalog.
They need catalog too.
He has the catalog.
Me and Keontae was bumping heads because Snoop and DMX. He was rocking with Snoop. I told him DMX could go with Snoop. He didn't believe me. But
DMX and Snoop
that's in the past. Rest in peace, DMX.
Yeah.
I love that versus too, by the way. That was a good one.
That was an interesting one because that's not necessarily who I would have thought to put up against each other.
I think they make in many ways that makes sense. It works.
It works, but it
technically is a stylistic difference.
Honestly, what we should have had DMX versus Ja Rule. Just go ahead and dead that.
Man, I like that. DMX versus Ja. Man, I'm still going with DMX. But
going with
Ja
X.
got some songs.
Ja got some sleeper hits that you never expect.
This is another thing. I got to bring this up about Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I'm going with this. Two other people that Drake could have credited some of his stylistic behavior from is Craig David and motherfucking Ja Rule.
Craig David.
Yes, nigga. Craig David was rapping and singing in the early 2000s. So was Ja Rule.
I don't know who Craig David is. I have to check him out.
You gotta look him up. You will know him when you see him.
Ja Rule, well, the thing is, in a lot of ways, Busta should go against Twista. No. It should be a three-way between Busta, Twista, and Tech Nine. I would pay to see that.
In Tech Nine, you think they want, man?
They wouldn't do it, but
they wouldn't do it on Versus.
They wouldn't do it.
I'll take Busta and Luda as well. Or even Twista and Crazy Bone.
Ooh, yeah. I'm here for that. Mystical and Juvenile. Okay.
Ooh, Mystical and Juvenile. Okay.
That's actually interesting.
I think that's a good one.
That's interesting. I'd be curious to see that.
Days Grim, I don't even think Twista would slip up, but I do think that Busta, if people are looking at it from clout, they gonna go with Busta 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Cause y'all Twista had the record for years.
Yeah.
For fastest rap, and then some young guy beat it.
Yeah.
Snoop got nerfed. No, he didn't. No, he did not.
Snoop got the catalog though. He does got the catalog. I got a good question.
Negro.
Who would y'all put Nas up against?
DMX first top.
Hold up.
First 5 albums with top 5.
Hold up. We still need Usher versus R. Kelly.
Yeah. We ain't gonna get it.
You know what? That's a generational war right there. Because all the folks in our generation is probably gonna root for Usher. Everybody, all our mamas and them is gonna root for R. Kelly.
When do we get the earliest version? We get the earliest version of Usher in late 90s. We get the earliest version of R. Kelly in early 90s. Yes. They're not that far off.
They're not that far off. But what I mean is, it's kind of a brand loyalty thing. Because since Usher came out in the late 90s and blew up in the 2000s, we gonna be like, oh, Usher all day.
Shit, I'm rocking with Kels.
Look, you might rock, but think about what I'm saying. The younger generation gonna rock with Usher.
Yeah.
The older generation gonna rock with Kels.
Especially in this PC culture, they definitely gonna rock with Usher.
Yeah. Well, Usher just,
I'm
Usher just out here smashing everything that moves.
I want to see more women's verses, honestly.
Yes. Ooh, women's verses. Let me see. Have they done one Mary J. Blige yet?
No. You can't. Who you put against Mary?
If she had a better catalog.
There's only one person that I can think of.
Look. If she had
there's two people.
A newer person I would put against her if she had a better catalog. If K. Michelle kept her catalog up, I would put her against Mary just to see. Because they kind of fall in the same vein. Because K. Michelle reminds me of Mary if she was just more pissed off. K. Michelle is basically an angry ass Mary.
I don't agree with that, but I'm gonna believe him because I'm not a K. Michelle connoisseur.
I will say this. You know who? Missy Elliott versus Nicki Minaj. The Mary match is fake. Damn.
Hey, bro, what about? See, these are the only two people that I can think of for Mary J.
Lil' Kim versus Mary. Maybe.
I was gonna say MC Light versus. See, I want MC Light versus Queen Latifah. That's what I want. I want MC Light versus Queen Latifah.
Y'all hear this? Make this happen.
Or Queen Latifah versus Da Brat. Those are the only battles that I'm accepting with the Queen women. Because those are the only two women I think that can go with her.
Look, that's why I said Bow Wow could go against Da Brat, but we already know that's a wash. So, look, we already know.
They ain't gonna do no. I'm waiting for them to do a male versus female.
Well, beyond that, they ain't gonna do Bow Wow versus Da Brat because
they got ties.
One, they got ties. Good, because Jermaine Dupri gonna be in the back sitting there telling Bow Wow to shut up.
Lil' Kim versus Mary
too much.
I wanted Kim versus Nicki, but I can't have it at this point. No. I don't want it at this point.
You know who we could have? We could have Faith versus Mary. Man, Faith Evans.
Ooh, yes. We could do that. Faith versus Mary? I could do it. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's been long enough to where
Faith versus Mary makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Missy Elliott versus Nicki.
Look.
I'm going with Missy if we're doing that one, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Missy is one of those people
Actually, I would.
that's in her own lane.
You know what? You know who I would have Missy against? I would have Missy against Buster. Because both of them more or less broke the internet back in the day. Both of them were in that same vein. If you wanted a male-female match, I would say Missy versus Buster. Because they ran the 2000s. They pretty much ran the 2000s in terms of music videos, content, all that. Like, that's an honest comparison. Because both of them dipped out for God knows how long and came back with the same amount of momentum.
Man, there's certain people, man.
They got staying power.
We got to see JD versus Diddy for just for the culture.
Who is it?
JD versus Diddy. Jermaine Dupri versus Diddy.
Ooh. They going to be putting out everybody else's music?
I know. Hits they contributed to.
Look, yeah, i.e. hits that they sat in the background was like, yeah.
Put this out.
And and Diddy was like,
right,
hitting that little shoulder move that he been doing since the 90s. He been doing that move since 95. I'm like, you know he made people pay for that.
Oh, you said Nas earlier. You know Nas got to go against Jay. That's the only match that makes sense for Nas.
Yeah.
Because the only other people that you could put against them is people who are dead.
Who could beat Wayne, though? We
Wayne?
can do this. Let's do Wayne and Kendrick. I want to see that.
Wayne and Kendrick?
Yes. Because it's two different eras.
I don't know who I put.
Wayne and Kendrick could go.
I don't know who you put against I don't know who you put against Wayne. The only person I can think of to go against Wayne is T.I. I put T.I. against Wayne. T.I. against Wayne.
Okay. I can see that. Tip could go against Wayne.
I'd even take Kanye,
Wayne
but I don't
Young
think
Thug.
Kanye and Wayne make sense.
See, you starting fires. He said Wayne and Young Thug. Look.
Well,
don't get that boy beat up.
I mean,
don't get that boy beat up.
You know somebody gonna be shooting.
Look, you know if you hear that lighter flick, Wayne is in and somebody's like, Wayne might legitimately end Young Thug's life because they tried.
They already shit. You remember they shot at Wayne too?
Kanye and 50 Cent. Look, Kanye and 50 Cent only if they play
original verses.
Nope, not even that. Kanye and 50 Cent, but only if they do the Graduation album versus which one came out?
Curtis?
Yep, yeah. Graduation versus Curtis. We ain't even got to do all of Kanye and 50 Cent. Just Graduation versus Curtis. Rematch. Let's do it.
We need 50 and Ja for the culture.
50 and Ja, yeah.
We just got to get them to agree on it.
They'll get to fighting. See, that's the problem. Some of these, they'll get to fighting.
Yeah.
I feel like Wayne would actually...
I feel like everybody needs to look at Jeezy and Gucci and be like, yo, let's just be like that. Because they even have Static on the camera talking shit.
Look, Wayne will summon up the strength and beat the hell out of the Young Thug, bro. I would actually pay money to see that. But that'd be funny. But
Nas would be mad if that happened, Javon. Nas would be very mad if nobody put him in it.
Nas would be sitting in the cut in the comments just waiting for something to pop off.
This is
bullshit. The reason you got to have Nas and Jay is just so they can perform Black Republican.
I do Nas versus Common too.
Ooh.
I'd like to see Nas versus Common.
Ooh. Okay.
Because part of the reason I didn't listen to Nas growing up is because I listened to Common. Because I'm from Chicago, so that's what I grew up with.
That's fair.
Around me.
That's brand loyalty.
That's just what I grew up with around me. So I didn't really hear Nas until later. But we had Common, who was a conscious rapper, so that's what I listened to.
Right.
Oh, who we could have. They got a song called Ghetto Dreams, and that's my shit. Ghetto Dreams. Dun, 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 dun. That's my ish.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, who would you put against Mace?
Mace?
Gucci versus YG. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Although I'd rather have Gucci versus Gotti.
Gucci versus... See, I thought, Gucci versus Gotti. I was going to say YG versus Gotti.
Yeah. You could go either way.
Yeah.
Because Gotti's kind of holding the torch for it.
I really wanted T.I. versus Gucci instead of Jeezy originally.
Yeah.
But Jeezy I was cool with because, they had detention and shit.
I just had a thought. You know what we could do for the culture? What we could do for the culture?
What's that?
T.I. versus Flip. Just because we have to do it.
Sunshine. We have to do it. Hey, man, Lil Flip.
Because, you can't say Flip don't have the catalog. That man had 30 songs on every album he had.
He got the catalog.
He got the catalog.
Man, y'all.
Do it one time for the song.
Bro, we haven't seen Lil Flip since the beef.
We haven't. Well, I mean, he's done like documentaries and whatnot, but yeah. Who else would I have?
I want to put.
Oh, hold up! Damn it, I'm getting a call. Hold on. Got to deal with the.
You want to step
parentals?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up? Actually, we're working on the live stream right now. What's up?
All right, y'all. Nick had to answer an important call, but we have heard it though. But have we heard it though?
Oh, yeah.
Man, you're funny for that. You're funny for that. You are funny for that. I mean, there's so many verses, man, that they can do. I don't even know what's coming out the Soulja Boy and Bow Wow. But I definitely do want to see more female ones. But, you know, there's certain artists that it makes very hard cases for us to even come up with, you know, who we'd even put in those battles.
Yeah.
Like, one person that comes to my mind is Janet Jackson.
Ooh.
Who would y'all put against Janet Jackson? Think about that for a second.
Madonna, just for fun. I want to do that just because I know they used to have Static.
Who do you put against Janet Jackson?
Honestly,
Somebody give me a good person for Janet Jackson to go against in the verses.
we could say Mariah, but Mariah would have to agree to it. That's the only problem. Mariah
I
be acting
never
like
thought of Mariah.
Mariah be
Carey
acting
versus
like
Janet
she don't.
Jackson.
Yeah, but Mariah be acting like she don't know nobody. She be like, I don't know her. I don't know her.
Mariah Carey versus Janet Jackson.
That would be nice. I'd be with it.
Mariah could also go with Mary.
She could. Yeah, see, great minds, bro. Look,
Mariah Carey versus
the
Janet
only
Jackson.
reason that Mariah is a problem is because she got to agree to it, and Mariah be acting like she don't want.
Caddy.
Look, Mariah always be like, I don't know her. Like, yes, you do. Get up there and sing. You better sing out loud. Anyway,
the thunder and rain, the motherfuckers gonna lose their shit. That's gonna be the beginning.
no,
Mariah gonna run them.
Look. They gonna get banned off of it. Look. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Depending on when it happens, they gonna get banned off of Instagram as soon as they put out Would You Mind. From there on, it's getting worse because y'all gotta remember, Janet's a little nasty. Janet is a little nasty. She don't be careful.
I'm not.
Nick Cannon messed up her vocals. She won't do it,
bruh. That's why this podcast is rated for mature audience. It's not for kids.
Nick Cannon out here trying to match up with Future and Flavor Flav for the most baby making award. Jesus Christ.
He won a team. We ain't
He
even get into that. That's a whole other subject.
No, he got a team. He won a squad. That's what he won.
Right.
He won a whole platoon of babies. I'm just like, good Lord, man. Slow down. You 40.
But
you better hope one of these 10 niggas gonna help you out when you 80, bro.
I wanna we're gonna close the pod here soon.
We are glad to have y'all on here.
Yeah, thank y'all for those who showed up. Really appreciate it. I didn't think
real.
that many people would be tuning in at this time. Just giving work and it being a weekday.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to you guys about some stuff that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some new channel developments, so watch this space. You might notice some updates and upgrades as we walk into July.
Yes, sir.
There may be some other surprises coming.
Yes, sir.
I won't get too into the details. If you know, you know. If you don't, stay in tune.
Hold on. Can we tell? Strippers? Why would there be strippers? Boy, it just turned 12:35. Why are you talking about strippers?
We can let y'all know this. Basically,
can't take Negroes nowhere.
The merchandise launch is imminent.
We have merch.
It's right around the corner.
We just have to verify it.
We just doing our quality checks.
We're doing a little QC. Once we get that done,
y'all gonna know. It's gonna be dropping everywhere. We're gonna have all different kinds of things.
I hate Javar. He said you want them views, right? Yeah, we want them views, but we also want to be monetized, Javar.
Trying to get us. We ain't announcing prices yet. they will be under $30.
Yes, we will
I
update you on that.
Just
Everything,
so you know.
I think just about everything.
Most things are under $30.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Bring me one to July the 11th. I'm gonna try. The one I should be getting, the tester, should be in by then. So if so, I will bring that with me.
We will be the models for the first couple, so y'all will see what they look like and everything. There's a whole shop place and all. Don't worry.
We're gonna keep you updated. We just want to make sure that it's quality. We want to make sure that it's quality.
Javar Madison, it could mean that, it could not.
He said, "I had a cash
$40 shipment."
Damn.
Nah.
Hey,
we don't operate like that.
Hold on. Shouts out to today's Grim. Look, hey man, for saying I got the cash up front. Once again, let me actually post up your podcast, bro. Let me post up y'all podcast.
But yeah, nah, that don't mean $29.99 because we know how these corporate companies be doing. They'll say under $30 and it literally be $29.99. $29.98. Nah,
that's terrible but true.
It's a joke, but you're right. It's truth to that. There is truth to that, bro. You're not lying.
You ain't wrong, dog. You ain't wrong. It's
definitely
right.
Not wrong.
It ain't right, but I mean, it just is what it is. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find a Spotify link because I know not everybody has Apple. Let's see. The Days Grim also be doing these things called Deaths of the Week. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just post up y'all Facebook page so that way people can get connected to you. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But that's the Facebook page, y'all. Let me see if I can find the most recent Spotify link. Cause y'all have actually started doing videos. So that's what's up. I'm seeing that right there. Oh, hey, bro made a suggestion. I didn't even see this. I'm sorry, man. Okay, you just sent me the link. Thank you very much. I will use that. Hold on. Let me use that real quick.
And these links will be put into the description. So
yeah, they can put in now.
What don't end up in chat will end up in description.
Yes, sir.
So we got y'all. So don't worry. If you feel bombarded by these links in the chat, when I adjust the description, because I'm going to have plenty of time to do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
We're going to get that handled for y'all.
Oh, hey, he also made a suggestion through the messenger. The Days Grim said, Kanye versus Post Malone.
I cannot stand Post Malone.
I think, I can't either.
I do not like that guy.
I don't like him.
I absolutely would hate that matchup.
Hold up. I don't like him for what he represents. Hold up. Did you want to send the message? He said we can both come on the 11th, by the way.
Oh.
That's a Sunday, if you're available.
On the 11th? Ooh.
Yes, sir.
It would have to be earlier in the day because I am off that day. What time do you guys shoot your pod?
He said I meant to send that.
What time do you guys shoot?
Yeah, what time do y'all shoot?
I do have a prior engagement that day. I can make it depending on the time.
Yeah. He'll probably phone you in. As long as it's after 3 for me. 6:30, 7 p.m. Okay. So I should be able to make it. As long as it's after 3 on Sunday, I'm straight. But I don't know how your schedule looks like.
I won't be able to make it at that time. I actually will be in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
I do appreciate the offer though. Get me in on one of the next ones.
Yep.
Just let me know in advance.
Because to be perfectly honest, this man got enough content by himself. Just stuff. Dang, church going till 3 now. Hey, I say 3. It really don't, but I say 3 so that way.
You going to 8?
Look. I say 3 so that way I got enough time to get out. If I need to go eat, do anything I got to do.
Have them little conversations outside the doors that black people be having.
Hey, I just be trying to make sure everything locked up. Exactly. Got to eat after. Like,
eat, you got to, yeah.
Because I ain't going to lie. Sometimes when I'm actively moving in the morning, I be forgetting to eat. So as soon as I calm down, we got out of church and everything, I'm like, dang, I'm kind of hungry. I probably should go get food.
But, Yeah, y'all, we got merch coming right around the corner. We also have group discussions coming as well. We'll be changing location probably too. There's a lot of big things coming in the month of July. It's gonna be Christmas in July.
Yes, it is, because y'all gonna get lots of gifts.
Yes, we got some topics that people been wanting us to get in on. We're gonna talk about men and women in relationships.
We gonna start having guests.
Yes.
We gonna start having guests.
Guests and interviews.
Look, put your applications in now.
Yes, because we do got a list.
Yeah, we got some folk we gonna talk to.
We got plenty of people that done asked.
Yep.
If you already submitted a request, please send another one. Preferably email.
Yep.
Because it's easier for us to track the email than it is all the different messages.
That way we can just get it all tacked down.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all we already know.
Yeah, some of us we already know, but we have regular conversations with y'all.
Also, for those who haven't tuned in, we will not be having an audio pod this time, but we will have one when you get back.
The week of the 11th. So that would probably be like the 8th or the 9th. That would be.
Okay. So we will have one in July.
There will be a live stream next week though. We will probably be live streaming on Facebook.
That way we can both be on there.
That way we can easily, without having to worry about equipment or anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking a bunch of equipment or anything like that with me.
Yeah.
So it won't be as streamlined. But you'll get the both of us and you'll still be able to chat and everything else. If you are not in our Facebook group, what the hell are you doing?
Javar said, okay, Keontae said, what's the requirements? And then Javar said, I can't be a guest. The internet would explode. You can't be a guest because we probably get demonetized before getting monetized. Anyway, I'm just playing. But I don't think they can demonetize you on
There's no real requirement.
They can't demonetize you on Anchor, can they? I ain't trying to find out. But we ain't got a form.
We just ask that you send us an email, give us some information, tell us what you do.
That way we can present you.
Yeah, that way we can present you. You know, most of the people who we interact with aren't just regular people who want to be on the podcast. So if you're a professional of any sort, if you have any business or trying to start any business, I don't care if you do Twitch, if you do photography, these are just examples because they do Twitch and photography.
Right, or if you just sell something outside.
Yeah, if you just sell something. If you're an artist or you sell a product, or you are in a field of which you want to talk a subject about. Like, for example, if you are a social worker, you want to talk about anything regarding that.
Yo, this man said as long as you don't get violent or say F and say a bunch of times, you're fine. So I guess that rules you out. But
we get to choose the subject that we join in on. You can ask.
Yeah.
You can definitely ask if that's
you can certainly
what you
make
want.
a suggestion.
Yeah, if that's what you want your contribution to be related to, then yes. So, like, if you want to talk about something specifically with us, we can.
We can definitely do it. Because the main thing is,
if you want to talk about who you are and what you bring, like, for example,
that can be the subject.
Right. Well, like, if you want to talk about, like, photography or something leaning to that, we can do that. But if you want to actually come on and talk about a particular subject or piece, we can hash out the details.
Because the main thing is that we want to make certain that everything is as streamlined as possible. I.e., we're not going to invite somebody on and then have them talk about a subject they're not acquainted with.
You were stupid for that comment. See, this is why we can't have nice things.
Javar, why? You know, we love you, and that's the only reason you still on here. Because you wild.
You think Will and Jada will work things out? Man,
I define work things out because I don't know.
You know what? The day is great. I'm gonna take you up on that question, and I'm actually gonna turn that into a subject matter. I got something for that.
Oh, you do? You do? Mm-hmm. That's a good question, though, because I mean, I think
the link is our personal link. Can you drop that link in there?
Oh, the flow page.
Yeah, all you got to do is go to our flow page and send us an email. It's the first link on top of the flow page.
Yes, sir.
There's literally like an email icon.
To add the email and then to add the context as well.
Yeah, like you can literally just send us an email, shoot us an email.
I'm gonna pin that.
Nero's gonna pin it. So it's going to be at the top of the chat.
Yeah.
And a lot of these links that we put in here will be in the description after this video is done.
Yep.
We're about to get off here soon because Nick has things to do.
The parentals are getting restless because I ain't called in. I'll come on one day. Y'all know my name has value in the city. LOL, we getting eyes in here. Yes, sir.
You better shoot.
Look, you better show opinionated self. Anyway.
Nero has things he got to do, and I myself, I got things I got to do as well. I got to get out of here.
Look.
He got to go take care of his family.
Look. He about to start up on Hot Boy Summer.
Wildin'.
You're very much welcome, Keontae. Look. But don't tell anybody.
Look,
It's a secret.
I am single, but I am not doing no hot boy nothing. And I'm not advertising nothing neither. I'm just putting it in the air in terms of what this dude said. I'm just going to be chilling. I'm going to be chilling.
There's gonna be some pictures of this man in a double XL romper in Vegas.
No, sir. See, wow. But
my chest hurt.
y'all, we about to get off here. We done been over 2 hours anyway. I hope y'all appreciate what this was.
Absolutely.
You know, thank
this was
you all.
different. Normally we do come on at night, but you know,
And there's more structure, of course, but I think we had a good conversation. We talked about a lot with you
Right.
guys.
well, and beyond that, we do want to bring to the table this man. He said some. I appreciate you, Keontae.
Right.
But no, for real. I like to bring forth the fact that, look, even though a lot of our subjects are serious, even though a lot of our subject matter is serious topics, we don't have to be serious 24/7. You can unpuff your chest around us, man. We can have fun, we can joke around, because to be honest, if that wasn't true, then, well, Gerard would have got banned on the first episode. So,
Just for being a Madison. Just cause.
you trash.
Just cause.
You trash. You gonna get us hate banned. Anyway, but no, for real. We like to have fun. Look, we two grown men who still like to have fun, joke about times, grown black men who like to have fun, like to talk about the things of our youth, like wrestling and anime and other things like that. We clowning out here. Hey, he said your locks is getting long, dog.
Man.
Look at the drapage. Look at this.
A little bit.
It's titty length.
Hey. It's basically make another mustache thing. But yeah, man.
I'm just trying to think of who you look like when you did.
No, stop, because you're gonna make Keontae start calling me people. This dude been calling me everybody with dreads.
I'll definitely be on for anime. People needed education. Thank you.
Yeah, anime. We can talk anime. We can talk games.
Hey, man. Of course. Thanks for the episode and comments back, as well as the shout out. Blessings to you both. I'll be in touch.
Definitely. Thank you.
Sir.
Appreciate
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all.
Power.
Look, support the locals. We out here.
But yeah, y'all, this has been the Black in a Minute podcast
Yes,
live
indeed.
stream.
Whoop.
It's gonna be up on YouTube. I'm gonna try to adjust that description. I don't know about timestamps, but I'll get y'all description and all the links that you need for everything that we discussed. Like I said, stay tuned in because we got a lot coming, y'all, in July.
Yep.
But yo, for those of y'all who don't know, I go by the Dark Skinned Poet.
I go by Nero Angelo.
And this has been the Black in a Minute podcast.
Yes, indeed. If you have any suggestions for subjects that we're going to talk on, this man said Thundercat. I'm here already. Lord. I mean, he do. My homie Keelan, if you meet Keelan, especially when he had his dreads, he do too, but we always say that they like two parts of the same whole. So in a way, that's a triumvirate right there. I guess that means you got to color your dreads. You got to color your dreads now, and you got to take up the bass guitar. Please. Anyway, more on that later. But yes, if you have any suggestions, and I know some of y'all dropped some suggestions, those are on the list to be used, and those will be used. Just like how we used a comment that Deontay used to kind of frame some of our conversations today. You too can have your subject brought to the forefront and discussed thoroughly by these two lovely brothers that you see here before you. So no topic is really out of reach. As long as it's within reason and it's something that we can functionally talk about. If not, then we will bring somebody on who has better expertise than we do. But, not to belay the point, this is the Black in a Minute podcast live stream. We love you. We appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully this helped you start off your day because we in the afternoon now. Peace out.
See, this nigga ain't paying attention. He ain't say his line.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had a work message. You know how that be. Manager duties. But thank y'all once again for tuning in. This has been the Black in a Minute podcast. I go by the Darkest King Poet.
I go by Nero Angelo. Peace out.
Power.
Woo!